Jake BB. Bowblax is a legend.
Is it better or no?
Oh, yes.
Jesus. Okay,
You're
yeah,
inside my ears now. Hello.
Is it much better now? Is it better now?
Your voice reverberates through the inside of my earlobes.
Oh, well, you know. Hey, listen.
Papa God, I haven't heard from you since the Deaf Noodle. What have you been up to?
Just crying on stream and posting it for attention. You know, that's all I've been doing.
Yeah. Papa God, if my toilet could speak, I would want it to be your voice.
That'd be kind of cool. I mean, I bet it would feel nice. The reverberations of my deep voice might feel good into your asshole. Yeah.
Nice one.
So I don't know. Where do you kind of actually? I don't know a good place to start on this. So you're interested to talk about.
Listen. I didn't come into here. Well, okay, I didn't come into the stream. I'm sorry, I'm a little drunk. I just had a little bit of rice wine.
Oh, perfect.
So give me a minute.
Perfect.
Let's go.
Okay. It's not gonna. Let me try to collect myself. Okay. I didn't know that this was the conversation. When you guys said it in chat, I was like, yeah, sure, I'll have the conversation. Because I know this. I know the argument. I'm not like 100% on board with it, but I understand the argument well enough to like probably push back pretty well, at least if you want to have a healthy conversation.
It's not really a debate that I was looking for. I put out like a tweet thread where I wanted to talk to like a lefty YouTuber of some kind or Twitch streamer, which I feel like you fit the bill on that.
Why not Keffels, bro?
All right, so I feel like I burned the bridge with Keffels and Demon Mama. So
Keffels
I think like
wants Nick like nuked, and probably
Keffels wants me dead. Okay, no, I'm just kidding.
That's why you can't be burning bridges. You can't burn bridges, Nick. What are you doing?
Here's the deal,
right, so I don't know anybody.
But Nick also was on a show where Flamenco was also co-host on that show where Flamenco was on Kiwi Farms, and Kiwi Farms murders people, and so therefore Nick murders people. All right,
she literally tweeted something like that today, where it was like Nick is like loosely connected to Augie, who did a show at Flamenco, who's once the host of the Kill Stream, who's talked about on Kiwi Farms, a website that Destiny promoted. That's why Destiny is bad.
Well, you can't argue with that logic, bro. And now Destiny's platforming a literal Nazi white supremacist.
Don't give me this Papa God. Don't give me this soy shit. You know you like the content.
Listen, first of all, I don't care about the content. Like, I do enjoy watching some of the content. I don't really like Nick Fuentes, but I do personally value the discourse that Destiny has with Nick Fuentes in a way where I feel like it can potentially de-radicalize some of his audience. So I don't think it's like a horrible thing that he's doing it.
It's so weird that this is the conversation when this was literally what he was praised for in the beginning.
Well, now everybody hates him.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
But they hate him for the same reason they liked him.
Nick talked to John Tron or whatever when John Tron was talking about all kinds of stuff, and everybody thought that was a positive.
Wait,
well, they would argue.
Talk to John Tron?
No, I meant Destiny.
Yeah, I was like, Nick Fuentes talked to John Tron when they talk about fucking
It probably would have went really well. I think it's more the argument people would make after that would be like, well, he's not just talking to him once in a while; he's talking to him constantly, and they're actually very friendly. Like they're eating chicken and waffles together and shit on stream, and like they're friendly.
I mean, you wouldn't eat chicken and waffles with Hitler if you had the chance to.
I wouldn't record it.
Why not? It's free content.
I wouldn't make a content out of it.
Don't you think the super chats would be insane? Like,
I guess it's free content. Okay, so hormones. You want to talk about hormones for kids?
Basically, I wanted to talk about the hormone stuff with somebody. I don't know how pro you are of it, but for the most part, everybody I talk to is usually like at the end of the conversation, like, yeah, well, I think that's probably kind of bad. I don't know anybody who's like 100%, because there's like DIY hormones, then there's people getting like legit hormones, but they're not getting them like through a doctor. They're getting them through like a sketchy website, and they're sent through like a box that looks like a toy, but in reality, it's hormone.
Yeah, it's like illegal. Well, I'm very against self-diagnosing, and I'm very against like general like DIY drugs. When it comes to prescription drugs for kids, hormone treatment from like a trained therapist, I'm very apprehensive about it, but I understand the argument comes down to if you have a kid who is properly diagnosed with gender dysphoria, going through a puberty that doesn't align with their gender identity could be incredibly dysphoric for them to the point where it could cause severe mental health issues. So,
Fuck, I think we agree.
Yeah.
maybe slightly less.
So I might be.
I'm more sympathetic to that position, but I'm still not sold on it.
Yeah, no, I feel the exact same way. That's exactly how I feel.
Fuck. Okay, I want to talk to somebody who's more gung ho about it.
Let's do it. You want me to? You want to cosplay?
Act exactly like Keffel.
Let me say this right now, all right? I was in the fucking debate club for like 10 years of my life, all right? Part of debate club was arguing the other person's
But I can't understand that. That's the point. Is I need to talk to like Vosh to understand it.
I could do it.
Yeah. Okay.
You want? Okay, listen. Right? I will do it.
Prioritizing. Okay, I'm gonna argue for Nick. All right. This is gonna be a horrible idea.
Wait, you're gonna argue for me, and Papa Gut's gonna argue for Vosh, and then we're
yes.
Yes. Okay.
I'm gonna pretend
Who needs
like
a Nick Vosh debate when we?
I'm gonna pretend like I'm Nick Fuentes.
Do-it-yourself hormones or DIY hormones or do-it-yourself. Like hormones that people can get through outside places.
Let me just like outline my point now, just so we kind of see if we agree.
Right.
So yeah, typically I'm against like I don't understand the use of DIY. I explained before a person I don't believe they're doing DIY. I think they've just gotten it without consent or through a doctor or anything like that. There's like a YouTuber I was talking to who basically turned around and said, I go, well, why don't you do this through a doctor? And they said like, well, because they won't give me the dosage I feel I require, which was a very startling answer for me, as you could possibly imagine. That weirded me out.
Matters into their own hands. It is something that's gonna,
And it's just like, so typically when I think it's like, I'm concerned with a child transitioning in general, but I'm kind of I'm quelled knowing that a medical professional stands between them and doing that. And I know it's not like you go there, you pick up fucking medication the first day, and now suddenly you're on puberty blockers. This is like a lengthy screening process that goes through it or whatever. So like, I'm not going to argue that as much because then I'm just arguing against like common medical practice and stuff like that. It makes me uneasy. I don't know if I would necessarily say I support it. I more accept it. But when it comes down to DIY stuff and taking stuff without a doctor's permission, it's just I can't understand. Outside of like living in Kuwait, where you could be killed for doing this, where I understand the use for that in general, because because grown people wouldn't have access to those drugs.
All right. So the counter argument to that would be is that Jesus Christ, I'm drunk as I think. When you the counter argument to that would be that there are some areas where you can't really get hormones, like in more conservative states, where they simply won't validate the diagnosis in general, and so you would want to get some kind of a hormone through an outside way to be able to basically self-medicate to go through your shit, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, and I think that there's value to that, especially when you're talking about like an adult, right? Mm-hmm. Like if you can't get hormones as a fucking adult. And that's why I brought up Kuwait as an example, or something, or somewhere where you get thrown off of a building for being gay. Like they need their hormones. They got to get them from somewhere, right? But when it's kids, I don't trust kids to be able to measure that, or teenagers for the most part, to know what they're supposed to do. I heard Medicare talking today. He brought up a great point. What if they're purchasing the shit off the website and then like it's just not what's advertised, right? Mm. Like what if they're getting completely like incorrect stuff with incorrect dosages, and like that's the risks I'm seeing.
Well, here. Yeah, but then who cares? It's just some trans kid that dies. I'm just kidding.
Okay,
I'm kidding.
Good point.
Jesus Christ.
I'm kidding.
Okay. I got a donation. I got a donation coming in here. This is from somebody who disagrees with this argument completely. The argument is a non-starter. None of you are addressing the fact that affirming someone's gender dysphoria is not treating ailments, mental of physical. You're essentially saying that their mind is correct about thinking that it is in the wrong body.
Are you drunk? Are you fucking drunk? What the fuck?
No.
Just kidding.
Okay. Oh God, did you listen to the Destiny debate where they talked about male brains and female brains?
I didn't listen to that specifically. What I will say, though, is that like the gender... Okay, it sounds like what that person said is that giving somebody hormones to treat gender dysphoria is not the correct way to go. Is that what they're saying? Because like seems to be the only way to go.
This is the argument, right? Is like you were talking about how children are sitting there saying that like I believe that my brain, that my brain is in the wrong body,
right?
And they're basically sitting there saying that like, look, regardless of what the kid thinks, is this treatment of just validating this sort of thing, is that the correct way to go, right? Because if you're 18. I think most of us agree that, all right, do whatever the fuck you're 18, you can make your own decisions.
Did they specifically say kids, or are they talking about people in general?
Well, we're talking about kids.
So I didn't know. I meant like the donation. I didn't know if that was their argument was kids or just fundamentally.
I think it's just, well, they're talking about the argument we're
I
having.
think
About
they
kids. So I
don't
think
believe
they're
in
talking
trans
about kids.
people.
Well, I think that's the argument they're making. But I'm saying like there is something that could be said here, right? Which is that okay, if kids don't know necessarily what is going on in their brain, right? So a kid might think, I have gender dysphoria, I need this treatment. But how do we know that that's actually what's going on there? And how do we know that giving them these fucking life-changing hormones or puberty blockers is going to like be the correct course of action there? And also another thing people say, puberty blockers are like they're reversible or whatever. Like if a kid takes puberty blockers, they can go for puberty at like a later stage of life and nothing fucking happens.
I've heard that.
I don't know. I don't know if that's the case or not. Like that, to me, that seems kind of wild. But again, I don't know.
Seems kind of sus to me too.
So okay,
yeah.
So to both those arguments, the first thing, they'd have to be properly diagnosed, and that can get really difficult. I have a friend who's a detransitioner. They got diagnosed when they were like in their teens, and they started their transition.
I think I listened to that conversation you had with them. If it's the same person,
that might have maybe this was an older one, so it's possible.
Oh, okay.
The newer one I had was with like a 40-year-old trans man.
Yeah, that person's actually somebody I recognize from our community or something.
Oh yeah, like Latchkey Goth Boy, right? He's pretty cool. Yeah.
I watched a little bit of that, not the full thing, but anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, so and they said that it was really easy to be able to get diagnosed. They thought that they basically self-diagnosed to an extent. They went to a therapist. They said, this is what I have. They used information online that's available to like give the right answers. And then they were very quickly like diagnosed and sent on their transition. And that's where it gets like really potentially scary. And the biggest issue, I think, is that we don't talk about detransitioners because we always think it's always transphobic. And transphobic people probably love talking about detransitioners. But for most normal people, they just want to know for the context. So you'd have to make sure they're properly diagnosed, which can be very difficult, especially in a lot more progressive spheres where a lot of young kids are experimenting with their gender ideology, which is fine, or they are doing it as like a fad. Or there's some valid people, or they maybe even just misdiagnosing some other issue, like maybe they have a body image issue and they think it's their gender or something, and so it can get a little dangerous there. To the other part of taking puberty blockers, I think if it's short term, it's reversible. Like if you take puberty blockers for like a month or two, it's fine. But if you go on it long term, I've watched Buck Angel in both their conversations and also in the porn. And he always talks about how like, and what's the other trans conservative person's name? Blair White. They always talk about how like it can stunt like your penis growth to make it so you can't even like create a vagina as a trans woman, and things like that. Potentially make it so you can't be fertile in a long-term perspective. I don't know if those are true, but it kind of makes sense if you don't go through puberty that you may not be able to have your full fertility.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, a lot of people will say like, oh, well, the fucking, puberty blockers or whatever, like, reversible or whatever. If you regret it, you could just go through puberty at a later stage and nothing will happen. I don't see any fucking data on this because it's almost impossible to find shit on this, at least for me. Maybe I suck at research, but it's just like, I don't know if that's necessarily the case. I feel like a lot of people are very quick to dismiss arguments that don't 100% support, the idea that like, oh, you have gender dysphoria right now, you must transition, this is the correct course of action. It's like, well, is it? Fuck, I don't know. Given how quick people are to dismiss like any other part of the conversation, especially when it comes to kids, it makes me a little bit suspicious, right? Again, I'm not a fucking hateful person. I don't fucking care. But I'm also somebody that's like, all right, wait till you're 18, figure shit out or whatever. Even when you are 18, look, I'm 21, okay? And I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, okay? I'm just going to be 100% honest with you guys, all right? So but at 18, you are a legal adult. You are at the stage where now it's your responsibility to make your decisions, right? A fucking 12-year-old or a 15-year-old or even younger. I mean, we're talking about Keffels, right? They transitioned to like 6 years old. At the very least, that's what they claim, right? And I guess
it worked out medically. They had to have done they probably did socially.
So Keffels was extremely wealthy and went to a different country for a surgery. Yeah.
At 6?
Okay. I don't know if she had the surgery.
Well, that might have been like, I don't think
she's
you can
an outlier.
I don't think you can get surgery for there's no reason for a 6-year-old to get any surgery at all. It's probably that they might have socially transitioned, and then as they got older, they might have gone on puberty blockers, et cetera, et cetera. If you ask like any actual trans person, like adult trans person, when they knew they were trans, they'll say like when I was like 4 or 5 or 6. So there are some people
who got
who
surgery
are trans,
at 18.
Yeah. So, but it's just hard
She
to.
learned at age of 12, by the way, not 6.
Oh, I was looking at this guy. Misinformation,
Okay, that
dude.
makes a bit more sense.
This misinformation, bro.
So wait, hold on.
Oh, fuck, I
age
guess
12,
I'm
hormones at 16, bottom surgery at 18.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Well,
I think that's normal.
well, okay. So, the biggest thing I talked to. I really wish.
Bro, that's not, dude. I didn't. When I was 12, dude, I was like retarded. Like,
Yeah, but she wasn't on hormones for 4 years after she.
Yeah,
thought she was
starting
trans.
hormones at 16 and after you already identify with
I
that
barely
for 4
had a
years.
comprehension of like gender at 12. Like, I didn't.
Well,
fucking,
I
like,
I think it comes down to like for a lot of people like. I think when there's somebody in your chat that said like I felt like I was Batman since I was 6. So I think a lot of people think that like gender dysphoria is like I feel a certain way, but it's more of I feel a certain way to the point where I'm incredibly depressed and potentially suicidal. Like we know that the suicide statistics are like much higher for people. So I don't think it's just like a feeling. It's like a really horrible feeling that weighs on you every day. I don't think it's just like, oh, I'm Batman.
It's
you know what I mean?
you're sick.
Yeah,
Like imagine
I feel like I
you
can't
just
Sure.
wake up with tits, dude.
yeah,
hold
yeah.
on.
The problem with this
All right, wait,
conversation is we're trying to comprehend something that none of us.
The problem is it's a bunch of cis white men talking
According to
about it.
Kiwi Farms, all of us.
Well,
think
yeah,
this,
but here's the deal. I'm white, so I'm like powerful.
Get
No,
a
alright.
trans friend, guys. You've already.
So,
can
Can I?
Get a trans friend.
Yeah.
All right, wait,
I
wait.
need a new
But
token.
a lot of trans
friend.
people don't even know like all the things about it, right? Like you have to put yourself in the mind of somebody you don't even like. You can't even comprehend. Like I could never comprehend like not like feeling comfortable in the body that I'm
Yeah.
in. I fucking like being a man. It's
I
awesome.
didn't realize
I'm
this was gonna be
misogynist.
such a fucking.
Well, do you wish you were like?
conversation. Oh,
See, do you
God.
wish you were taller?
I want to ask a question. I feel like I'm gonna get canceled.
No,
for
I
asking
actually
it.
don't.
All right.
Tell me,
All right,
people
that's
tell me
a
this all
that's a
the time.
cope.
They're like,
That's
"You
a cope,
cope."
dude. That's a
Yeah,
cope.
exactly. And you're telling me the same thing I hear all the time when people say like, "Oh, don't you feel like a piece of shit because you're short?"
Wait, but do you
No,
think that
I
you
don't.
would? Do you think that you would want to be taller if it was actually humanly possible to be taller?
What would it gain for me to be taller?
No, I'm just saying like more sexual selection, baby. High value males, Sneeko. But if you, but this is the thing. It's actually a very interesting conversation to go into. That like, do you think that you would be? Do you think you'd have more of a desire to be taller if you actually could be taller?
I don't see what I would gain from it.
Well, no, I know, but like the thing is, it's one of those like psychological situations where like if you literally can't change anything, then people tend to be happier with their choice. But
What
if
if
you
close
could,
your eyes and perceive yourself as 6
Well,
feet?
okay,
and
people
There you
always
go.
say stuff like, "Oh, well, more women will want to date you if you're taller or whatever." I
That's
don't want to
stupid.
fucking.
well,
date
yeah. Well, do you want to date women or?
I don't want to. Well, no, I don't want to date women that see me as like, "Oh, he's a tall guy, so therefore he must be."
Yeah.
Well,
strong
it's
and-
it's
I
a
almost
first.
didn't date you, but
it's
you
a
just
first
passed
pull.
my threshold.
That's
of height.
shallow shit, right? Like,
I agree.
Well, I guess so, but that's not, I mean, usually people who like physical characteristics on somebody, it's not like that's the only thing they like about them. Like,
Yeah.
you know, oh, I like my
A lot of
wife's
women like
tits, but
shorter
it,
men.
like
So, I don't
my
know.
wife's tits is one of the reasons I married my like that I started dating my wife, but it's not the reason I stay. You know what I mean?
right?
You
All
know,
right, hold
that's
on.
what.
I got a. This is a
But there,
nuclear.
but I have
fucking
no.
question.
But I've like, okay, what are you saying, Nick?
This is a nuclear
Let's
question.
go.
And
Let's
it's like
go.
I didn't realize this conversation would be difficult. All right.
All right, nuclear.
It's so
one.
difficult. We're all fucking chill as
so-
fuck right now.
No. I know I'm gonna be clipped. That's why it's difficult.
Who's gonna
Right.
clip you?
Somebody's gonna
Oh,
clip this.
Keffels?
conversation.
Keffels fans, start
Alright.
clipping.
Good,
So
Keffels
my
fans, get ready.
question- My question to you is, if this is gender affirming and this is like an answer to a person who is like suicidal, who like wants to feel validated,
Mhm.
right? And so we abide and give them the surgery that they request, and they do this.
Okay.
I guess like, why are the suicide rates still so high
That's a good
after
question.
they get the surgery?
I can answer that question. You ready? All right.
Sure.
On like the statistics that you've looked at, can you tell me where they point to for transition being over?
That's a good point. I didn't consider.
Yeah,
that.
that's the biggest thing that people are like, well, after they transition, I can socially transition. I can start taking hormones. I can go through feminization or masculinization surgeries. I can go through all this other stuff.
I guess like
yeah,
when I
yeah.
think of
wanna tell
detransition or
me-
horror stories, it's after somebody's already done something to their body.
Yeah,
so I
for sure.
attribute that to like, holy shit, dude! Like,
You know what I think?
I
the reason
cut my
is?
cock off, bro. I can't go back from this.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna kill myself. That's what
You know
when I hear trans suicide, that's what the first thought. But I guess
Most
you're
of it's
right.
that people, it's just like if you look at somebody that's able to achieve the body that they desire, they're significantly happier than people. Like what most people don't have the money to go through 300. And it's especially worse for trans women. It's harder to feminize a body than make it more masculine. So trans, well, you know, it's like $300,000-$400,000 just to finish everything to make somebody like, you know, look the way that they want to look, and that's the biggest reason why the suicidality doesn't really go down.
Well, to me, maybe this is like a dumb answer or whatever, but like people react extremely negatively to all kinds of change. When you're literally changing your body and shit, and you don't feel like an immediate sense of like, okay, well, I felt like I was in a different body. I changed my body, and now I'm reacting negatively to the sort of like change or whatever. Maybe that sense of realization, like, oh fuck, I'm not immediately happy. Maybe that's I don't know.
It's possible.
I'm looking at
part of it.
I want to see if they like have
human
a trans
beings,
suicide rate for pre and
human
post
beings
op.
have like a
Part of it,
psychological effect where they react to change in a very negative way.
Well, part of it's just hormone changes, and people like there's some. I think Samantha Lux talks about this. She talks about how it wasn't like immediately amazing. Like it takes a while to adjust. Like it's a lot more than just like a button that you turn on and they're like, oh, you're perfectly happy. It's a very difficult, complicated process for people to go through transition. For like, a lot of very stressful in the body too.
Hey, Jessix wants to call in. What do you guys say about that?
Sure. I don't know who that is. Is that a trans person?
That's Brittany Vetney's friend.
Conservative person.
Who?
Brittany Vetney's friend.
She's a Catholic woman.
I don't really know who that is.
I'm a Catholic too. She's cool.
I want to see because now like that answer really. I want to see if they track like pre-op versus post-op because I always hear the 41% number.
Well, like
even
like post-op, what is it like? You know what I mean? Like, what's the what? Because there's so many different operations that you need to get. You know,
I realize I'm thinking of this in like the way that people think of like 1350, where that's a number. What does it mean? I'm actually interested to know a more detailed statistic.
I don't know. I don't think that there is anything that they studied that deep into it.
Jessix, we're not friends on Discord.
Pre-op versus post-op. Post-op after 5 years. Post-op after 10 years. Would be like that would be a good like actual like that would be data you could use.
Yeah, I think it's that they don't really study a lot of it. There's not a whole lot of data. I don't know how you would. I guess you'd have to ask people who are comfortable with their body if they like their. I don't really know. Like I don't really know.
I think that like I'm sure we'll see like dude, everyone likes to say like, oh, this has existed for 100 years, or like there were people doing this in the 1900s and shit like that. It's like, okay,
well, they didn't have the opportunity to even like go through the entire. Well, that's what. But before, when I asked Augie if you could be taller, would you be happier with being taller? And he's like, I don't think so. That's what I was actually going to ask a little bit. If you think about it, is if
I'm
the
not upset at being
no, it's not. No, hold on. My point is that like. Back in the day, trans people couldn't transition, so I wonder if some of them were happy because they were like, "This is all I can do," and they were forced with the decision. Whereas if you could change the decision, is it making some people less happy to have more choices? I know that's a weird. You know what I mean?
Tomboys from the 1950s would go, "No, I'm actually just a dude now." You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. And like, oh, you know, so maybe it's just like it's a lot. I'm not saying we shouldn't have people transition. I think that we should if we have the things available. I'm just saying it's interesting to think about.
Yeah.
Let me read some of these and then I'll add Jessix. G-Man through 5 says, look at how many kids that didn't need ADO were prescribed it by adults. Jake BB through 3 says, Bowblax is a legend. Chad King, thank you very much. Abby Blackbird says, I date Augie because of his hats. Thank you very much.
Dude, Adderall was a solution.
That makes him a little bit taller, but if he didn't have that hat to compensate...
Wow, that's crazy.
Dude, Adderall was a solution to a problem.
Don't let them convince you. Hold on, Nick. I'm reading donations that are validating.
Fuck your donations.
Yeah, read the good donations. Read them from the good fans.
Yeah, read the slurs now.
Oh my god.
Well, let me add. No, we don't have any slurs. My audience.
I hope not.
If my audience was sending slurs, and Papa Gut wouldn't talk to me anymore. He'd be like, "Oh,
exactly."
So, Papa Gut, you have to help me find a lefty who's like all in on DIY hormones.
I don't know. Keffel says
just talk to Demon Mama. Talk to Demon Mama.
I don't think Demon Mama likes me.
Y'all are so loud on my end. Hello.
Hello.
I have to be kind of quiet. No, but I wanted to make a comment.
Jessix, you gotta come in hard, all right? You gotta.
Wait, Papa Gut, every lefty that I've like heard of or talked to, I feel like has the same fucking position as you. So like when I hear all this Keffel stuff where she's talking about like
I'm
gonna like transition your kids and shit like that, it's like the first thing I see people defend on Twitter, but nobody will explain it to me in a call, and I need to know why that's not bad.
I don't know.
It sounds pretty bad, bro. It sounds pretty fucking bad.
Can you look at my stream real quick? Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Can you look at my stream real quick, Nick?
Yeah. What?
Is this you?
What?
Are you live right now?
I'm live on Twitch. Yeah.
I got a fucking ad.
Hello, Papa Gut Nation. What does your audience think of me? Do they think I'm a horrible person?
No, they think you're cool. They think you're. My Twitch audience is also very different though than like my YouTube audience. Some of them probably think you're like a little childish. I'm not even saying you are.
I am.
That is,
No,
I hate you. I
will
fucking
say I am.
hate you.
That's you.
No, it's not me. It's not me. It's Brandon Buckingham.
I thought that was you.
Oh my
That's
god.
definitely not
What
me.
the
My
Oh,
hairline
he's
is
way
not
too
that bad.
slim, bro.
My hairline.
He
is
might
not
be a little
that
taller
bad,
than
bro.
you.
Ooh, he gets more women then.
Yeah, Nick, I'm gonna pick up a Dodge Challenger
Wait,
soon.
oh, wait,
I'm
hold
gonna
on.
come pick you up,
That
and we're gonna
guy's
go
like-
get
That
sushi.
guy's
Okay?
like 6'3".
Yeah,
If Sam
you
Hyde's
wish.
6'5", that guy's like 6'3". Yeah,
He's
I'm definitely
6'5".
not
That's fucking horrible.
that. I thought Sam Hyde was like 6'5".
That's horrible. I supported Sam Hyde, but once I found out he was 6'5", I had to stop.
He's not a short king anymore. Yeah.
He's too tall.
All right, sorry, I didn't mean to cut this. Sorry, Jessix off. I'm sorry. What were you trying to say?
No, I wanted to comment on the surgeries thing. So just to preface, like obviously I'm not out here advocating for trans rights, right? I'm conservative, I'm Catholic. But one thing I will comment on as far as the surgery goes is that there's no actual standard for medical care for people who transition. So a lot of these doctors, there's no like for a breast augmentation, for example, right? Or most plastic surgery, there's a standard for how it should be done. So if you're botched, like if your surgery is botched, you should be able to go to any doctor and they'll be like, okay, well this part was done wrong. They did this wrong here, whatever, right? So when it comes to this like bottom surgery, a lot of the time there still isn't like a standard medical like I don't know, like a medical standard for how it should be done. So you can go to one doctor and get it done one way and one doctor and get it done the same way, and you're going to have like drastically different results. And because of this, a lot of the doctors can't really be held accountable when they do something wrong. And also like the people who get the surgeries done when they are butchered and they go into like their communities where they were encouraged to get the surgery and they talk about how it was botched, they usually get like bullied out of these circles, right? So now you have these people that still they're not quite detransitioners, right? Because they don't regret the idea of like getting the surgery. They just regret how it was done to them. And it's usually done in a way that's very difficult to fix. And when you get botched from one doctor, another doctor will kind of be like, ooh, I don't really want to touch that, right? Because obviously there's already a lot of issues going on. So I think that definitely could contribute as well to like possibly the suicide rate.
Maybe. I don't know.
Which is super unfortunate. I've done a lot of research onto like the surgeries, right?
Where did you
like,
get the push out of community part? I just never heard that. They're like, oh, I got a botched surgery, and people are like, oh yeah, well your wiener's gross now, so don't talk to me.
For example, if you go on like the no, it's not that. If you go on like, for example,
Wouldn't that be
the
related to sex appeal, like
if you were to go on like the transgender surgery subreddit, right? It's a bunch of people talking about their transition surgeries. So they'll talk about their bottom surgeries, their mastectomies, hysterectomies, phalloplasty, vaginoplasty. These are all the different surgeries you get that fall under gender affirming care. So they'll go into these communities and everybody's sharing results, talking about what doctors are good, what doctors aren't good, etc. And some people will get their surgeries done and they have a slew of issues. So I don't want to get into the graphic details, but there's plenty of things that can go wrong when you try to change things in a way than they naturally are. And this is true of even just regular plastic surgery. I mean, something can go wrong in a boob job, like standard things that happen all the time, but especially in a surgery like this that doesn't have a standard of care. So somebody will go to a doctor that maybe the community sees as like a good doctor, like, oh, well, he did my surgery, or oh, he did my surgery. Oh, this is a great doctor. And you go in there after you've had, a botched job done, and you'll say, oh, this doctor really messed me up. And people will be like, oh, well, you should be happy that you got it done at all. I'm still waiting on my surgery. Or, oh, no, this doctor's perfect. And you basically get downvoted to hell, and people will message you saying you're not allowed to talk about this doctor. Your post gets deleted off the subreddit and things like that. And then even if you go into some of the other subreddits, like there's ones for detransitioners, if you're not like very specific with your wording, you can even get removed there for, like if you say like, oh, this surgery is terrible, you should never have it done, they'll just remove your post, because it's still considered transphobic. So there's, you do get kind of ostracized from your community when you have issues like this. And I've seen it happen. Like I've followed this stuff pretty closely, like I said, because I just want to know about it. I don't want to like shut myself off from what's happening on either side just because I disagree with it. So I follow it to know like, okay, are people getting surgeries that are helping them? Are people improving their lives with these surgeries that they're getting? And I'm not going to say that nobody is, right? But it is still an issue that like there isn't a really good standard for medical care for people when they get the surgeries. And there are doctors that will I don't want to say like blacklist people from getting help, but like I said, if your doctor isn't helping you anymore, they say, oh, listen, all I am is a cosmetic surgeon, right? Like I can't help you with X, Y, and Z issue, and now no other doctor wants to touch it. You're kind of like screwed there. You're in a really bad position where you're not able to get help for what was done.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
if
really
that's
unfortunate.
if that is true, then like it seems to be more of like we need a better standard of care for trans people. So
Yeah, I'm not saying
know.
that we shouldn't. I'm just saying that that probably doesn't help with like things like the suicide rate, for example.
Yeah.
I gotta ask you, as a fellow Catholic, by the way, I'm Catholic as well. All right, just
Oh, I
know.
didn't
What
I didn't know.
what
No,
what
well, no, I'm
denomination?
not saying that to you. I'm saying to the whole chat, just so we know. What does the Bible say about trans people?
I don't think it says
I
anything
mean,
about trans people, does it?
Does it?
I wouldn't.
I'm
I
just
don't.
wondering, like, what is the Christian perspective on trans people? Like, what do you think it is?
I mean, I would say the Catholic position specifically, because the Catholic position on most
Right.
things isn't explicitly found in the Bible, because they go off of things like natural law, church teaching, tradition, etc. But I would just say it violates natural law in general. Like if you're born a man or born a woman, then that's what you are.
Mhm.
However
and
you
if you're
want
born with
society to
no leg,
perceive
don't fix
you.
that.
What if you were born a pedophile? Should people rape children then?
I'm not saying no, of course not.
I'm just saying if
What if
you
someone's
That's not-
born a
that's not what
pedophile
they
and
said.
there's a
I'm
way
just
to
saying,
fix
if we-
it, but
if-
then would the Catholic Church not want it fixed because that's against natural order?
all I'm saying is if we're talking about natural order, like this is how you're born as. I just don't really agree with that in general. I mean, like if you're born somebody that likes to molest children, you probably shouldn't be doing that. So if you're born like
No, you
trans, you
just
know,
become
That's
a
kind of a
priest.
radical example.
You
I
just-
didn't.
Hey,
It's such a weird. Yeah, that's
kind of
such
a
a.
radical
well,
example,
okay,
but, like,
that
what if you're
is
born-
that is
wait,
the
remove
whole.
it from like the pedophile. Like,
What if
you're
you're born
just
without a leg?
gay?
You're gonna want to get like another. You're gonna want to get like a fake leg to
no,
That
but,
would have been a
compensate.
better example. That's the one I brought up.
Yeah,
Then you
that
said
would
All
definitely
right,
would have been a
listen.
better
I'm
example.
sorry, guys. Okay,
I'm
I'm a
just saying that-
virtue
no, but
signaling
I'm saying that-
leftist.
You're engaging
Hold
in
on.
bad faith right now.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
No,
yeah,
but
yeah,
see,
yeah.
I would
Acting
say
like
that
a
it's
common
not. I would
person.
say that it's not like equivalent, because putting on a prosthetic leg is not
Putting on a
removing a
prosthetic
healthy
cock.
body. It's not removing a healthy body part.
Well, you
Or
don't.
But
Well,
all right, but if you go by natural law and stuff,
What if you
and,
get breast
what if
implants?
you're born gay? So
I mean,
like,
I'm not really pro plastic
so-
surgery in general. I'm
wait,
not
would-
saying it
would-
should be banned, but I wouldn't get it.
would Christianity say it's okay to be born gay, just not to act on it? So you just have to be
Yeah.
like terminally. Like,
Yeah, that is what
oh,
it
okay.
is.
All right, then
That's
that
the
debunks the
position.
pedophile argument. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
fair
that's
enough.
the Catholic
Yeah, yeah.
position,
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
if you're
Yeah.
born with same sex
So
attraction,
yeah,
then you
you
should
can
live a
be
celibate
pedo, you just
lifestyle.
can't fuck
Yeah, I don't mean to
kids.
put you in like a tough
Jesus
spot, by the way.
Christ.
No,
but I
I'm
just thought
good.
it was like relevant.
I'm
Jesus
good.
Christ. Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting conversation to have here because I don't know. We kind of drifted away from the kids' hormones thing, though.
Yeah.
I don't think there's much conversation to have with that because
Yeah,
I don't
you got to
think
get
that
like
anybody-
we're
a
not-
I
lefty
gotta
in
get
there.
like,
Yeah.
dude, Demon Mama would be the perfect
Well,
conversation.
I'm still a little
I
upset
think
that
it
you
would.
think I'm a lefty. Like that's what I'm upset about.
I think
Yeah.
everybody who talks about politics that is currently not banned from Twitch is a lefty. Yeah, I
You think so?
So,
Probably.
so if you're normal, you're a
Actually,
lefty.
I'm not listen. I'm on my own side. All right.
Okay. All right.
I'm an
Dude,
omnicentrist.
if you're
I'm
not
a
a
des-
Nick
Me and
I'm
Fuck
a
Papa
desperate
God
man.
had a moment. All right, me and Papa God had a moment. Okay, we were on a panel about fucking drag queens, right?
Yeah,
Papa,
about-
you are a lefty.
And we had
Fucking
like nothing to
drag queens,
contribute.
baby.
We had nothing to
on.
contribute.
Bro,
to
I
that
had
poll.
plenty to contribute, but that was the weirdest fucking thing. It was so bizarre. They're going off on these weird tangents. It was insane.
Yeah, so we're just talking in chat. Like I'm writing text in your chat, and you're like, dude, these guys are fucking wild. I'm like, yeah, bro. And then I didn't talk until I told Doobie to like shut the fuck up and stop
Papa.
showboating
Oh my
to his
god. Oh,
friend.
Doobie was on the panel? Okay.
Yeah.
That's all I need to know. Waste of time.
Jesus Christ. Fucking
Dude.
shots call.
He's
Dude,
so
Pop.
boring.
He
Papa
was-
God,
dude,
you're not-
him
you're not
getting
lefty?
doxxed was the.
I don't think
it was
so.
actually funny.
What is a
No?
lefty? I mean, I have like more progressive stances, but I don't think I'm like a lefty.
Wait,
I think I'm
I
like a
used
to be
normal, moderate,
conservative
progressive.
on TikTok. I'm curious. Like,
I used to be. Is that what you said?
yeah, you
Oh.
said you used to have like more. Well, okay, maybe
I had a phase where I was getting like insensitive. Like I was getting
Right.
kind of pissed because people are trying to deplatform me over like the fucking
What do you think about?
joke
What do
I
you think
made.
about Sneeko? Because I feel like
Ah.
Sneeko's going through what you described. What you sort of
Here's
went
what
through,
I
but a
think
more
about Sneeko.
composed
Sneeko
that.
just leveraged a fake rape accusation against Brandon Buckingham.
Yeah, I saw
Okay,
that.
That's
I-
what that's what I think. I think
That's
that
the cop
you want to
out.
know what I think? Here's what I think. I think that like obviously I disagree with Sneeko, but his entire community treats him like a baby because like honestly, if you look at the way that they treat him, he's unhinged and they treat him like with baby gloves. But that's going away more and more every day as he says like more crazy fucking radical shit. And you're like, yeah, the rape accusation was fucked up.
The rape, I do agree with that. Well, okay, I will say
this. Clarify for people in chat, because I think some people don't know what we're talking about. Sneeko was not.
I had it on my docket. Technically, I'm in the middle.
Okay, he claimed that Brandon Buckingham said that I want to rape your girlfriend, and Brandon Buckingham did not say that. Okay.
All right. Well, Brandon Buckingham basically said he basically challenged Sneeko. He was talking shit about Sneeko on an Instagram story, and what he said was that him and his whole gang. He said, "Fuck Sneeko. Me and my whole gang are gonna run a train on your girl."
Because she asked,
like she asked us to. Like she asked us to.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Sneeko's original response, as you can see it was like, "Oh, I know that he's just disrespecting me because he thought I disrespected him." And
well, let me say this, right? I'm interviewing Brandon Buckingham on Friday, and I'm going to talk about the whole thing. Yeah, Brandon's cool. I like Brandon.
I talked to him yesterday on a little bit on Discord.
Here's the deal, though. Is Sneeko not justified in taking offense at that and thinking that, oh shit, this guy's threatening to him and his whole gang are going to run a train on my girl or whatever? Look, I think Sneeko's in the wrong for saying that Brandon said, because Sneeko said, word for word, Brandon said he's gonna rape my girl, whatever. Obviously, that's not what happened.
Did you watch all the videos that Brandon put up on his Twitter? Because in there he shows Sneeko's initial reaction was, I know that this guy is just trying to disrespect me because I disrespected him in the chat and in like the DMs. So Sneeko's if it was his genuine response to do this, I would still say that he's wrong, but it's genuine. But it wasn't his first response. His immediate response was to understand that like Brandon was just trying to disrespect him because he felt disrespected. Because Sneeko said like, "Why you dick riding me so hard?" in like DMs, and then Brandon went off on like this reaction. So it's not even a genuine response. Because I thought that a little bit too, but then like I was like, no.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking. Because I was wondering, I'm like, okay, I like Brandon, but I'm gonna be objective here. Is Brandon like making this a bigger deal than it was? Like, if Brandon said that crazy shit about Sneeko's girl, is Sneeko not allowed to get upset at that and be like,
yeah, he
holy
is.
shit? This guy's
having like an intentional disproportionate response. Like he knows that this isn't what's happening.
If Brandon said that about Sneeko's mom, bro.
Well, see,
women are less than by Sneeko's account, so who cares if that happened, right? Like, I mean, I don't know.
All right, I'm a defender.
I was just taking a shot at Augie on the show.
Yeah, you are, motherfucker. I saw you because listen, I got into a fucking drama, right? Where like people, like this guy, like made jokes, like Salva.
PPP? You're calling him PPP?
No. Salva made like a joke.
Of the commentary community.
No.
Salva
made a joke about. Hold on. Let me explain this to fucking.
Yeah. Oh, like pancakes? Is that what the P is?
No.
PPP. No. Okay, don't explain it to me. I don't care.
You motherfuckers are taking me for a loop right now. Listen here.
He made fun of your mom, yeah, right?
Yeah. He made fun of my mom, and I was like, I don't like that because I don't like when people go after private figures. So I was gonna be sympathetic to Sneeko in the sense of like, okay, well, if his girl's private and Brandon's saying shit about his girl, then is Sneeko not allowed, even if the reaction is irrational? Because obviously Brandon wasn't actually threatening to rape his girl. That's fucking ridiculous to say that shit, right? And Sneeko's in the wrong for saying that, but I can understand where he's coming from if he's like, holy shit, this guy's saying unhinged shit about my girl. She's not even fucking public or whatever. Like, I don't know, man. It's hard for me to give him a hard time over that shit if it's a reaction that I can understand. Like, okay, well, that's kind of reasonable and shit. You know, he had a fucking emotional reaction. Maybe his girl didn't fucking like the jokes or whatever. Maybe he was just like trying to defend his girl. Maybe he stepped out of line and said that Brandon was fucking trying to rape her or some shit, right? But maybe the reaction is a little bit understandable because like, okay, yeah, he's just trying to defend his fucking girl. Maybe he stepped out of line. But you're saying that reaction was totally like after the fact. Like his initial reaction was not that at all.
Okay. Yeah, his initial reaction wasn't that.
Yeah. Okay, well then that kind of puts Sneeko in a bad spot. Did you see his response to Keemstar yesterday where he was talking about...
Yeah, because he got deplatformed for saying like black people shouldn't fucking date white people and that Jewish people run the world. Yeah, that's why he got that fucking thing taken down, right?
Oh, wow. I can't believe he got taken down for that.
Yeah, right?
Who could have expected?
Well, okay. I mean, we like freedom of speech here, right, boys?
Listen. I
mean, that's
listen.
Like putting porn on YouTube and expecting to have a channel.
You know, just like the great Ethan Klein says, we all have a line that we have to draw. Okay.
Okay, but fuck the line.
Well, fuck Ethan Klein.
That's my
I agree, but Ethan Klein said it. So never mind.
Here's the deal. This is what Sneeko was doing yesterday with Keemstar, right? I don't know if you, Papa Gut, I don't know if you read that Keemstar interaction that he had, the full thing or whatever.
No, I don't even know how to.
I had an argument with my roommate about this entire situation because I was like, holy shit, Sneeko's a fucking asshole. He's getting pressed over false like rape like threat accusations or whatever, and he just wanting to talk about his fucking channel. Like, what an asshole. But this is what my roommate was kind of explaining to me, right? He was like, well, no, he's using this situation to draw more attention to the fact that he is about to get banned. He's about to get fucking fully nuked off YouTube. He's about to get fully censored. So, of course, he's going to use this fucking drama to bring more attention to the bigger story at hand, which is him getting censored, rather than the fact that, you know, he has a fucking minor fucking beef with Brandon Buckingham.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but I'm probably going to head out. Because
okay, yeah.
Peace out, buddies.
Who was that? Who just left?
It's Nick. I'm just whispering.
Wow,
because
your mom woke up.
The first time Nick hasn't yelled at Papa Gut.
Nick.
I just didn't want to interrupt the conversation. No, it's fucking like I have work tomorrow.
Wait,
so it's
Wait, what do you mean you
Now
have work?
Nick doesn't want to interrupt?
Wait, Nick, why do you work? I thought you were a famous.
Oh, I forgot. I'm in the Keffels drama. I am full-time YouTuber. Please don't look for my
I thought you were a rich and famous YouTuber. Why are you working?
No,
Nah,
Nick's
dude.
a fucking lazy. Nick's a loser. He got a real job.
What job? What do you do? What's your job?
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
and where do you
Papa
work?
Gut. I'm in
address.
drama with Keffels. I can't tell
You
you. anything about
you
my
work for a
job
security
right
company?
now.
Is that what you do? You work for a security company?
What do you? No,
Nick's a sumo wrestler, actually.
I can't. I'm not giving you any information.
Are you
Nick
rolling with Brandon
works
Buckingham and
at a
Sam Hyde?
restaurant, dude.
Dude, I'm a.
Nick makes spicy meatballs at an Italian restaurant.
Yeah, he works at his dad's Italian
Wow.
restaurant.
Yeah, I work.
The
I work at a.
Deorio's, dude.
Yeah.
Wow,
yeah.
Deorio. That sounds like a decent pizza
Yeah,
place.
Deorio's Pizza.
Is it bad? My
Wow.
first thing I was gonna say was Willie Mac's job, and then I was like, wait a minute.
Hey,
I
Nick.
don't know that
Oh my
either.
God.
Shit.
Hey Nick, my whole chat's saying you ran for the debate. How do you respond to that?
Yeah.
Rip. I got destroyed, dude.
Yeah.
You did. Papa Gut owned you in 2 seconds. How do you feel about
Well,
that?
that's pretty much my
Gosh.
perspective. Jeez, what a fucking spineless piece of shit.
Dude,
Am I
'cause
right?
I'm
I'm
trying
just
to
kidding.
find.
Yeah, right.
I am trying to
Papa
find.
Gut, if you want to be a
somebody.
debate pro, you have to be like horribly obnoxious.
Papa
You'd be
Gut,
like,
you came
Nick
in.
ran.
You came in because I thought you saw the tweet, so I thought you came in. You're like,
I
"All
did
right,
when I was
let's do
taking
it."
a poop.
Yeah, I know.
But not
'cause
before
thought
that.
you, because I'm looking for somebody specifically who's like, "Yo, I fucks with DIY pronouns, bro. Pronouns, DIY. Pronouns.
I fuck with DIY.
I'm okay with
Wired.
DIY
Too late for me to
pronouns.
talk.
I'm okay with
Why?
that. I'm okay with that.
No, hold on. You're a neo pronoun fan. We'll talk.
No,
about that.
You
That's
said
another-
pronouns, not neo
Yeah.
pronouns.
Yeah, doing DIY pronouns would be neo pronouns.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not into neo pronouns.
Motherfucker.
Yo, fuck that shit, dog.
It's
You
just
see,
stupid as fuck.
all right,
yeah.
so Papa God agrees with me on neo pronouns, agrees with me on fucking like
he's
being against
basically a
DIY
right-wing wacko.
fucking
Papa Gut, what are your
Uh,
neo pronouns?
like
What are my neo pronouns? I guess Papa and
Yeah.
Gut, right? That's what I like to be called.
There you
That's
go.
my pronoun.
Let's go.
dude, I'm gonna make pronouns in my bathtub.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
That's funny. All right, get out of here, Nick. Go to sleep.
I'm just saying I need to find somebody to talk to who's like, hell yeah, dude.
Hit up Demon Mama. See what
Dude.
they.
Yeah,
I think Nick needs someone to talk to
Could you
about
imagine?
HDR therapy, but I don't know.
So
That's
Augie, I'm
what I'm
trying
gonna
to
have
pick
this.
somebody who's not gonna be like in a video
gonna pee.
that we're shitting on in like a week. You know what you know what I mean? Well, not a week, but like you know what I mean? I don't want to go like have a
Bold of
nice
you to assume
conversation.
that we'll make that video that soon.
But could you imagine though? I go have this nice conversation with some of these people who are absolutely gonna trash.
Why don't you just talk to? Okay, let's have this conversation offline because none of.
Yeah, it's so
none
stupid.
of-
I'm putting
Yeah,
myself
yeah.
in such a bad position. I'll talk to you later.
All right, I'll talk to you later, man. Have a good night, buddy. What a nice guy.
Yeah, dude. What a nice guy.
Yeah. Anyway, to conclude the whole Sneeko thing, yeah, it's starting to look to me like fucking Sneeko's an asshole and he has a lot of stuff to answer for, but which is a shame. I kind of like Sneeko. I know, Papa Gut, you hate Sneeko because you're an evil libtard and you hate everything he has to say, all right? But I like Sneeko because he's making things interesting again, all right? And as somebody that has no fucking horse in this game, I like the fact that this guy is platforming crazy people. I like that he's having crazy conversations. I like that he's giving us all content to talk about on our podcast right now. Because he, like it or not, he's interesting, all right? And I know that's not the fucking end game for you. You want to make the world a better place. I want to make the world a more interesting place, all right? So that's why I kind of like Sneeko, but he's kind of an asshole to Brandon, and I like Brandon too. That's my take. I don't know. Well, shit, you guys don't seem to have much to say.
Sorry, I've been
I
learning
don't know.
Blender all
I had
night.
something to say, but I forgot.
Alright.
Oh,
Was there anything else we all want to discuss,
I
or am
just
I
peed.
wrapping
Sorry,
up
I'm
shop
back.
here? Oh, okay. I didn't know you were gone. I was talking to you.
What?
I didn't even know you were gone.
I said it really quietly. I said, I'm gonna go pee real quick. What happened?
Oh, okay. I was just saying I like Sneeko in a sense that I know, Papa, you want to make the world a better place. I want to make the world a more interesting place. And I think Sneeko, he platforms these crazy people. He has these crazy conversations. I like that energy. And if he gets banned, that'll be a very sad day for me.
Well, I don't want him to get banned. I'm just saying I can understand why he got that video pulled down. Like,
yeah.
I mean, running the I mean, did you? I watched his whole conversation with Nick Fuentes, like the first one they had.
He didn't get much pushback. I'll give you that.
He didn't get any pushback. They both agreed that Jewish people run the world, and which was
did give pushback on Nick in one way. All right, when Nick said he was an incel, Sneeko was fucking.
Yeah, that's true.
His life got shattered.
But when he was like, "Yeah, white and black people, like they shouldn't race mix. That's bad," he goes like, "Oh no." When he said that white or like Hispanic and black people were biologically inferior, like less intelligent.
Did he say that?
He said Nick Fuentes. Nick said that black and Hispanic people biologically are less intelligent than white people, and Sneeko barely gave any pushback. He's like, "Oh, can you send me a statistic on that?"
Okay.
Even though, hold on, I've heard Sneeko dismiss statistics before because he doesn't believe in that rhetoric. Like he doesn't believe COVID is real, so he dismisses the statistics. But he'll listen to some like race realist fucking insane statistic, right? So that's it's not only like it's a huge issue with him like having totally different. I don't know, like, sorry, I'm burping right now. His energies are insane for like different topics.
Podcast, man. No,
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I find it hard to believe that he said that because isn't Sneeko like half black himself, and Nick is half Mexican?
No, Sneeko didn't say it. Nick said it to Sneeko, and Sneeko didn't give any pushback. He was like, "Oh, I need to see a statistic on that."
Nick's half Hispanic.
I think he's like a quarter, but I guess he denounces his whiteness. Or his Hispanicness, whatever.
I don't think he does, but I don't want to.
Well,
defend him.
he doesn't. He thinks
he's proud of it.
He thinks that white people sleeping with black people is degenerate, just like he thinks it's like sleeping with dogs, right? So like we know.
I don't like Nick Fuentes at all. I just remember him saying in the conversation, he's like, "Oh, I do like being a quarter Mexican, but I just don't believe that people should race mix," which makes no sense. I don't know. He's a weirdo. I don't fucking know.
Well, he wants white people to be a majority in the nation, so it makes sense why he thinks that.
Oh,
He's like, I don't want white people to mix because it,
Well, he wants them to make. He ideally doesn't want anybody but white people in America, but he says that it's kind of too late.
We want them to be a majority.
Yeah, so we will. I'll settle for the majority, and white people should make all the decisions as well.
We want every president to be Catholic. I mean, it's hard for me to say no to that as a Catholic myself, right? I mean,
hey, what happened? What happened to freedom of speech, bro? Or freedom of expression? Freedom of expression. Dude. You should be able to be anything you want.
Listen, all right, you can be anything you want. I can rule the country.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it sounds like that we're on a slippery slope to me not being able to be whatever I want.
Yeah. Well, there you go. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I've talked to Catholic people before about that shit. Like, do you think like the nation should just be ruled by Catholic people? And they're like, no. So I don't know. It's an interesting topic to get into. I mean, ultimately, I'm not in any position to be talking about any of this right now, obviously, because I'm a fucking drama YouTuber.
True.
I know my place. What have you been covering recently? I haven't seen any of you since Def Noodles.
Me? I went on vacation to Disney World or Disney World.
Nice.
One of I went to Florida and I went to St. Augustine. I went to Disney.
I went to vacation to the Grand Canyon. And it was wonderful.
That's cool.
I went to some natural hot springs.
Let's see.
Yeah, we all kind of took a summer break.
I mean, I covered obviously Andrew Tate getting deplatformed, some Ethan and fucking Gideon had like a whole thing about liberal racism. He talked to him on stream. A lot of Destiny conversations because you've been talking to some really interesting people like Fresh and Fed and like Abba, which I like Abba and Preach a lot, and Gideon's cool too.
Yeah.
The Ren Eleanor situation.
Abba is against race mixing, I found out, apparently.
Is he? I don't know if that's true.
Yeah. Nick told me that. He showed me a clip or whatever. Abba was saying that like black and white people shouldn't mix or something.
Wow. I'd have to see that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I'd have to see that.
I'll send it to you. Not tonight, though. I'll send it to you tomorrow.
Such
'Cause
a
I'm
brain
about to
dead
set up
take.
that.
What even is like the argument against mixing?
So
Well,
the black
people
argument.
it's people, yeah.
I can give you the black
I'll let
argument
Papa Gut
as an
explain.
African American myself. I can give you the black.
Yeah, Papa Gut is
Yeah.
The
elected
argument
as
for
black
white people,
representative.
yeah, well, the argument for white people is usually just like racial purity and like racism. From black people, it's probably still racist, but the idea is like a reclamation of power and not wanting to associate with people who don't understand their struggles and whatnot, and trying to build like a strong community. Me personally, if you really don't like white people, it makes sense to fuck them out of existence by having sex with them and having babies with them. So I think that the logic is flawed, but that's like generally the perspective from black people who say that you shouldn't race mix.
The whole point against racism is that we're all human no matter what skin color, and we're pretty much all the same. There's not that. Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
So by being it like, oh, we need more of this or less of that, it adds importance to the race that isn't really there. Obviously, there's cultural importance, right? But
well, for the most part, in
having
America,
a certain amount in the world or not, like, as long as the population of a race isn't 0, we don't get one extinct. You know, I'm pretty sure.
Well, in America, I think most, or not most, but a lot of black people tend to, you know, well, not all or most. Well, I say a good amount of them like grow up like in poor areas, so or they're very segregated financially at this point in a lot of areas. So you're not going to really know the struggle unless maybe you're a white guy that grows up in that area. But a lot of times they're segregated. Not in all areas. I grew up in a very like diverse area, but that's the general argument.
Where you come from, Papa Gut?
I come from. I'm from New York. I'm from Long Island, so I come from a very. I don't want to say specifically where.
Right. Yeah.
But it was. I came from a school that was like very. It was like I think it was 40% black, like 30% Hispanic, and like 30% white. We didn't let any Asian people in our school, so there was no Asians.
Really?
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's a very small number.
I talked to some people that say never grew up around Asians or whatever. That's nuts.
Bro, you want to know what's actually crazy?
Nutty.
I went to an Asian. I went to like a Chinese buffet today, and this motherfucker was speaking fluent Spanish, and it just threw me off.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
really?
mostly Mexicans that run the Asian.
Well, no,
places around.
the Asian guy was speaking fluent Spanish.
Oh yeah, my dentist was I
It's
don't remember if
crazy.
she was Chinese or Thai, but she spoke Spanish fluently. It's really common, especially I'm in South Florida, so we have a lot of Hispanics
Oh, okay.
here.
Well,
Yeah,
it threw me for a
even
loop.
the
Half
Haitians,
the
even the
population-
Haitians speak fluent Spanish a lot of the time. Like there was this girl I
Yeah.
worked with, and she's from Haiti, and very good English, but she had a thick accent. So I know that she didn't come here until she was probably in her teens. But yeah, she learned fluent Spanish just to like work with the Hispanic clients that came in, especially if you already know a language, especially Haitian because it's a romantic.
Yeah.
It comes from French. It's like romantic, so it's easy to learn. But yeah, my dentist was Asian, and she spoke Spanish fluently with the other text there. When I was a kid, that was just like that blew my mind.
Well,
Yeah,
for
it was
me,
just
like,
weird. I've never seen I've never seen an Asian person speak Spanish, so I was like, wow, I didn't realize that existed. I mean, obviously,
I
I'm
didn't
dumb.
realize
But
Asian people had the mental capacity to
it's not
understand
that.
Spanish.
I've just never
That's not what
heard
he
it
said,
before, seen it
motherfucker.
before. I've never seen it. I was like, wow. And then it clicked. That makes sense. But
I mean,
I
I'm
just
not gonna
never saw
lie.
it before.
Wow,
If I saw Bowblax speaking fluent Spanish, that would blow my mind.
Well,
a little bit. I'd
I'm
be like,
used to white
"Oh."
people doing it because, like, you know what I mean. I've never seen an Asian person do it.
Texas. I'm from Texas. Half the population here is Hispanic.
Well,
My
and a lot of
grandfather-
Hispanics are white passing too, so they might be
My
Hispanic.
grandfather and uncle
Like Deaf
literally
Noodles.
learned the language just by working around them. I mean, it's a very the one thing I will say about Spanish is it's a very easy language to learn. I mean, a lot of people I know just literally know they can speak fluent Spanish just because they worked around Mexicans.
Yeah, but
And that was
it's
all
very
it took.
transphobic because there's only like O or A, right? So like I'm not interested in
a gendered language.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
interested in learning a
Yeah.
transphobic language, you know.
Yeah.
So true.
Well, they added Latinx. So.
I've
All
been
right.
Latinx myself.
Listen,
I feel like
I'm
I
gonna
can
bounce
win.
out of this conversation unless we have any
Latinx.
serious conversation to have here. But I'm gonna bounce out.
Okay.
Good call, everybody. Good
All right.
call.
Oh, yeah. Have a good one.
Good night.
Very good.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Yo, I think all kids should OD on
Oh my God. What?
on hormone treatment therapy, man.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Oof. Big oof.
Sure. Yeah, that's something.
Yeah, I think they should give it to a kid once they're 2. You can kind of tell if they play with like the dinos or the Barbies. Like,
True. Yeah. You
Yeah.
could tell at that point.
honestly, if you don't like give them therapy by like 2, you're kind of like transphobic.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, sure.
Hell yeah.
Sure.
So true.
Oh wait, are we live on your stream?
Yeah, I'm live on live. Oh wait, are you streaming too? Are you streaming too?
No, I'm not. No, I
meant
wanted to, but then Augie was still live. I'm like, okay.
Why don't you just stream when Augie's streaming? Well, I was asking the other part, like this, like, are you streaming as well? Sorry, I'm Jessix. Are you?
Jessix. No, I'm not.
Okay. Well, yeah. Why don't you just stream when fucking Augie is streaming? Who cares? He fired you anyway. Fuck him.
We share a lot of our viewers. I grew my entire stream base alongside Augie. We share the same viewers.
So it's like a respect thing.
Well,
I mean,
I
it would just
wouldn't get any viewers. I don't know. I would get like 10 viewers.
Hey, it's the principle of it. You know what I mean? Just stream, see what happens, brother. You know.
I don't know. I was just doing other things, but
record it so you can make it content, bro. That's what you have to do.
Record everything. Record my whole life.
Yeah, your whole life. Record the conversation with Augie. Don't you have like 5 channels? Don't you have like a chatting channel where you just chatting with people and stuff?
Record. Oh, you mean now?
Well, not now. I mean, like in general, when you're talking to Augie, why not? Why not talk to him? You know what I mean?
Well, I'm already live on his stream.
Okay. All right. I get what you're saying.
I don't know.
I get what you're saying.
I really didn't think about it that in depth, bro.
Oh, my mic got bad? What do you mean? Let me see. My microphone apparently got bad. Let me see. Is it better now? Shit's fucking busted. Is it better now? Was it bad? Are you lying?
Augie's rating you.
Okay. All right. My mic's better. Me? Let me see.
Yeah. Well, I see in his chat he's linking you, so I'd imagine.
Oh shit. Oh, he's on. Well, that's fine if he wants to hate read me.
Yeah.
Is he
cross-platform, so it's okay.
Exactly. What are they gonna do? Fire him, or whatever the fuck it is? Let me see.
Imagine getting fired from a YouTube show.
Yeah, that'd be
getting fired from a YouTube show.
Yeah,
imagine that.
That'd be fucked.
Yeah,
I fucking love all the memes about that.
I can't believe they fired you from the YouTube show.
Yeah.
It's fucked up, dude. That's why
I
you should
imagine
still
it must be
hey, what's going on,
to
guys?
Augie, though, if anyone like jokes about
Did
it.
you see what Salvo said to him when he was on Salvo's stream? I don't know if you watched Salvo's stream. He confronted Augie. He was like, did you talk to Nick about this?
Oh yeah, because he called Nick, right? Yeah.
He's got this like.
He's like trying to create like a conspiracy theory story.
What's up, guys? How you doing? What up? Yo.
I don't want to. I mean, part of me wants to correct him, but the other part of me just wants the conspiracy theory to get as fucking wild.
Yeah, let it ride, man. Let it ride.
Just fester, dude.
Let it ride because he didn't. Did he even tell you beforehand?
Augie?
Yeah, did he tell you before he announced it live?
I was the first one to announce it publicly, so yes.
Oh shit! I'll just tell people that you weren't, and that he just sideswiped you. That was fucked up.
Good attempt at shit stirring. Salvo would have.
Listen, I'm just asking in journalistic questions, okay?
Hell yeah.
All I'm doing, dude. I'm just trying to get the story straight, okay?
Everyone, reach out for the big exposing interview. Bowblax tells all the corruption behind RFC.
Was it a consensual split? Huh? Or did he coerce you?
Oh my god!
into getting off the street.
I mean, how much was your and we both agreed to it. I mean, I still think. I mean, I would have preferred him not to, but it's not.
Well, has anything even changed? Like, I don't understand. Like,
I'm not on every single after hours guaranteed now.
You say after hours or Asper hours?
After hours.
Oh, okay.
Although it should be called Asperger's hours.
I would be like, why wouldn't you be in there then? But
yeah.
Okay, I guess that's fine. Does he do anything? I don't even know. I don't watch a lot of Augie's content. I mean, that's not like an insult. That's just obviously like, you know. But I guess he just wanted to shift. Is that why you've been building your own brand more?
What do you mean building my own brand more?
I don't know. You've been popping off on other channels and doing like, haven't you been doing more than like just the like Twitter stuff? You've been like doing reactions and stuff.
Sure, but I've been branching out in different ways for like a while. Like I always attempt to like branch out in little ways. I don't know if there's ever a point that I'm not. So
he's always had 8 different channels.
Oh, okay. What about are you gonna branch into the World of Warcraft space?
Hell no, dude. I don't want to
League of
appeal to
Legends.
greasy ass fucking fatties like you, bro.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you just want to play League of Legends where there's just a bunch of,
Yeah.
there's no fucking greasy fatties playing that game, right?
Honestly, more greasy fatties play WoW than League.
You think so?
League is like for skinny people that like
Yeah,
are
it's
like
literally-
sunken in cheeks, like look like they're on crack.
Okay.
They're for skinny white boys who fucking
White boys?
have no
Racist.
life.
Most of them are racist.
No,
Oh,
most of them
no,
are racist. Most of them are
actually-
like Asian. What are you talking about? Like the best players are like Chinese
Asians,
and Korean.
Asians are the
Oh, yeah,
most
yeah,
racist
yeah.
people you've ever met.
Yeah, lots of Asians play League, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, all
Then
the
there's
Asians
people
play
like
on
Tyler
NA now
One
too,
who
I
play
heard.
League, who
Damn.
some like really like normie like jock type people sometimes play League, and it's
Like
like
Destiny,
so weird.
right? Like
You
Destiny.
wouldn't like imagine. No, like Tyler One.
Yeah, well, yeah. Tyler One's a legend, bro.
Yeah, he is.
Him and Greek God X.
I've been following him since the beginning of his career because I've always been into League over the last decade. So I remember him getting permabanned and then them permabanning him because he was too popular to ignore.
Yep. Well, he just kept
fucking
making
funny.
different accounts anyway. I mean, he was,
Yeah.
I mean, how many did he have? Like 11 or 12 different
He
accounts at
came
that
into
point?
notoriety because he had 28 banned accounts. This was before
Wow.
he even started streaming
Yeah.
How would they even find
Wow.
out? They guess they found out the name of the account, right?
or under
Probably
the
'cause-
same IP. Or no, he said it. He like just said I've had 28 banned accounts.
That's crazy.
I mean, when you get banned that
All
many
live
times,
though,
like-
or like is he saying?
No,
he's
that
dropping
was
some-
before he started streaming.
Oh,
But even
he's
after he started
that's how
streaming,
he
he had
became big.
quite a few
dropping some,
accounts.
Oh yeah,
some
it
racial
probably-
slurs.
He would just play on the band on like ban evading live to like 10,000 people.
Yeah. He must have had probably like 40-ish accounts total,
Yeah,
I would assume.
wild.
something like that.
I like his girlfriend.
Oh yeah. I saw some videos of them together, and they're a really funny dynamic. I think.
Yeah, I
they're
met her
funny.
at
And-
TwitchCon one time. She's really nice.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, my husband stopped
TwitchCon.
playing League recently for
That's
he's
good.
playing this Yu-Gi-Oh card game on his
Oh,
phone.
well, that's bad, bro. League is so toxic. I haven't played it because I used to just get really angry and yell.
Yeah, me too.
It's fucking bad.
I've been
Yeah.
playing on and off since like 2012.
Oh, see, I used to play Dota a lot, so I didn't play League until like somewhat recent, a few years ago. But I used to be good at Dota.
League's way better than Dota, bro.
Bro, Dota was the OG. I was really good at Dota when there was no
and then
meta.
they trim the fat with League.
Yeah, well, League is better presented. I'll tell you that. It's much more engaging.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
fun. It's more fun in general. Like it's not as hard to get into than fucking Dota is really
I
different.
thought we were gonna have a nerd battle here, but
No,
he
dude, I stopped
immediately
playing.
conceded.
So I used to be like top 3% in Dota 2, and then I stopped playing for like 10 years. And when I came back, I couldn't play. The meta it was insane. There was no like learning anymore. It was way too complicated to try to get
It's
into.
insane. Yeah.
But like with League, it's easier. It's spelled out for you a little bit better.
Yeah, for sure. Like even if you haven't played League in 5 years, I'd say it's still like you kind of pretty much know what to do.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can get back into it really quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I haven't had a long enough break from playing League to know. I think the longest break I've taken is like a month or two. I don't know. It's more of like it's slowed. I never quit, but the play has slowed down over time, like by a lot.
You should quit.
Like,
It's
before
bad for your mental health.
Not for mine, because my mental health is strong as fuck. You think I give a fuck about some fucking randos in chat saying some stupid shit?
That's
some
not what
person
bothers
ganking
me.
my lane?
What pisses me off is that like when you're losing and it's a clear loss, you have to play another 20 and 25 minutes of a game. A lot of
Oh,
times.
I'm the person who says no to the surrenders.
Yeah, you're a piece of shit, bro.
You're the
I'm that
worst.
person. Because I always know there's a chance to win, even if it's small,
There
especially if
is.
it's ranked.
Loser,
Especially if it's
dude.
ranked.
Oh
Yeah.
my
And then
god.
if it's normals, the
What do
only
you-
way I'll say no is because I'm having fun with the champ, even though I'm losing.
What do
because I
you
wanna
play?
learn the
What do you
champ.
play? Jungle, you said?
Jungle main, but I can play every role, but
Okay.
jungle's my favorite. Yeah.
All right. I don't even know what my account is anymore. I tried logging in and I just don't know what it is. And it's under a weird email because my original account got banned. And
Oh damn.
yeah, it's like another.
Oh,
a couple-
see? So if you got banned, you're fucking toxic as hell.
Oh
You
yeah, I
the
used to be
N-word.
super toxic. I was super toxic.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you had a whole debate with me over the R word.
Oh, listen. In that debate, I admitted that I've used this type of language before. Okay, and that I'm trying to cycle it out of my vocabulary. Okay, you know this.
I was rewatching that debate, and you kind of owned me in some parts, and I didn't even realize it. Like, you were trying to explain something to me, and I just wasn't getting it for the first, like, 2 sentences. Because I was so, like, fixated on what I wanted to present as the argument. But,
that's all right. It was fun. It was a nice conversation.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was a vibe. See, this is what you're trying to do. You should have just watched it live and reacted to it. Boom. Free money right there.
React to my own debate.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not Nicholas Deorio.
Hey, listen. I don't know. Listen, you know what I noticed talking to... sorry, you can go ahead if you want to go.
I was saying it's working for Nick.
Yeah, is it? Why does he have a fucking job then?
He just streams his fucking debates and then just like replays it on YouTube. Like
Nicholas
same
Deorio
shit.
does that. That's
yeah, it's so funny.
I don't understand why there's so many people who are afraid to do stuff like that. Like do content. Like why? Like they won't upload debates they do, and they won't do this. And I don't understand.
Shameless about it. People like the shameless self promotion.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
I'm not like afraid of it.
Bro, I'll react to like some bullshit TikTok. I don't care. I put up on my alt channel. I don't give a fuck. All right. Like people are so. I personally don't care. I'll just react to whatever. I find it interesting, and then that's how I don't give a shit because some people they complain about reaction stuff, but like, hey, listen, it's legal. It works out. I've transformed it enough. I don't give a fuck. Just gotta get that money, baby. I
guess, yeah.
Yeah, bro. React to more stuff. Unless you just don't enjoy it, then obviously you shouldn't do it.
I do react to stuff on my stream channel, Bowblax 3 on YouTube.
Do you take like the reactions up and then like post it on your channel afterwards?
No, it's just the stream VOD.
Yeah, you should do that too.
Sometimes I cut it up, but like
it makes it a little more palatable for people to watch when you like kind of break it into different things.
I suppose that's a good idea.
You could do the whole stream, leave it up, and then just also cut up like the reactions posted on there too. Or you could do what a lot of people do, and you can unlist it and put it in like a playlist of like a live stream playlist for people to watch if they want to. But this way, it doesn't like display on your main channel. And there's plenty of stuff you could do.
Yeah, I just haven't thought about it that in depth because my main job is my YouTube videos, so I don't really like. I just guess I haven't actively thought about repurposing my stream content.
That makes sense. I know
on my third channel. On my main channel, when I do a stream there, I'll usually cut it up into something.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The one I did reacting to the Ethan Klein Teddy Fresh was like the video version of that. It was like one of my favorite videos I've ever made because like I thought it was funny and I thought it was like informative because I kind of brought up like direct examples that not a lot of other people were bringing up. Well, to be fair, not a lot of other people covered it, but like the direct comparisons to how he was acting when he thought James Charles was plagiarizing his merch and stuff like that.
Mm. Well, I found it weird that Ethan came into. You're talking about when he the plagiarism. Yeah, you're talking about that. I found it really interesting that Ethan came in and didn't even know. He would make arguments like, "Yeah, people license images all the time," but he wouldn't know if that image was licensed. He had no idea what he was talking about. He did zero research on if he was in the wrong or in the right at all before going in there. He just made assumptions. That was the weird fuck. Because I actually covered it on my alt channel because it was petty.
Oh wait, the James Charles thing?
No. I thought you were talking about the one where like Keemstar.
I was talking about the new one, but you said old channel, so I was like,
oh, I said alt channel, my alternative channel. No.
Like as in your past channel.
No, my second channel. I should say it like that. My second channel. Sorry, I'm a sweaty fat World of Warcraft nerd. That main alt stuff like that.
No, I know what alt is. I just heard it as old. Maybe because I'm getting high.
No, it's probably I might be talking too fast and like slurring my words on accident. But yeah, I covered it on my alternative channel.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I looked up my username on YouTube and I found it's your leftovers channel, right?
Yeah, Papa got leftovers, baby.
Yeah.
You like that?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I liked it.
Nice.
Well, I didn't watch the video where you reacted to me because I was like, I don't want to watch my own video again.
Well,
but I might watch it later. It was in my tabs or whatever. I don't fucking know.
Yeah. You like the name Leftovers? Pretty cool, right?
Yes, I like it.
Thank you.
React to more of my shit.
If you want. Also, if you want me to, I could do that. I haven't really done. I haven't streamed like a week because of going on vacation. But I've been doing some stuff. The Gabby Hand thing was something,
So you covered that? What, you just like...
I watched Repsion's video on and I put up on my leftovers channel.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't think it was like main channel stuff. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do. Like, part of me was like, oh, should I just post everything on the main channel? But for the most part, I'm kind of trying to create like the leftovers channel, like a channel of people who actually enjoy my content instead of people who followed me from TikTok and don't really engage. And then if the leftovers overtakes the other main channel, I might do some kind of transition or something in general, because like I get better viewership on the alternative channel than the main channel. Because like a lot of people just kind of followed me for whatever, which is fine. But like, so trying to like, I guess, rebuild the channel with people who actually watch the content.
Is the leftovers channel like something you upload to multiple times a day, or is it just like,
usually, yeah, like I'll upload anything to the leftovers channel that I don't put on like the main channel. Like, it doesn't matter if it's like there's videos with like a minute on there, there's videos with like an hour on there. It's just shit that I don't think that doesn't fit like my main channel content for right now.
Yeah.
And I'll post, like, if I have 5 videos to post, I'll just put 5 videos up for the day. If I have nothing to post, I just won't put anything up for the day.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it.
So yeah, maybe like it is good that you have the second channel, because maybe the Papa Gut viewers are used to like 1 upload a day or something.
Yeah, I used to, when I first got banned on TikTok, I went like hardcore Papa Gut channel on YouTube, and I fucking put like 5 videos up a day. I didn't give a shit.
Oh shit.
And it was working.
Okay.
It got me the traction, and then like I've been trying to transition down to 1 per day so that like maybe it'll be a little more consistent and like better views if I only have 1 video a day instead of fucking 10. So, and then that's why I made the second channel. So.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep. What great commentary, man.
It got quiet. Yeah. You gotta feed me a little more information, dude. What do you want to talk about?
People were shit talking me in Augie's chat when I spoke up, because they're like, Bowblax only said 4 sentences since he got here. This is why he was fired. But I can't with you blabbing all the time, Nick blabbing all the time, and Augie blabbing all the time.
You have to be assertive, bro. You have to force your perspective in there. You gotta talk.
Here's what I do is that I am assertive. I say like, okay, so what I want to talk about here or whatever, and then I'm about to go, but then they always ignore that part. They ignore that part.
Yeah, tell them to shut up.
I don't know.
Say, shut the fuck up.
There's been times where I've been assertive and I've just continued my sentence, but then they just talk at the exact same time as me. They just don't stop. Literally. There's been times where I would say a full sentence and Nick doesn't stop his.
You just got to start screaming, let me speak,
Yeah. But it's horrible, because I've gained this habit from After Hours where there's so, like, and it's good that so many people talk, because it's good for the show, it's good for the audience, it's good for
the show, dude. They fired you. You shouldn't care about that.
I'm talking about when I was on.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. Okay.
But completely lost my train of thought.
It's good for the show that a lot of people talk, but like it gets this difficult to like talk on there. And like, is that what you're trying to say?
I think so.
Okay.
I completely forgot. I have horrible memory. This is why I created Twitter Versus, because I had a horrible memory. It was actually an accident that Twitter Versus came to be. It wasn't like super deliberate.
What, like that's like the series Twitter Versus?
Reading tweets and keep it.
It's a good series.
Them.
It's a good series. I'm not even kidding. It's actually a very smart series. It's funny because like I look at you. I was talking about it earlier today about like you and Def Noodles. And how like your content started, like you started just kind of like reporting on Twitter stuff, and then you were able to expand that because you actually have like an enjoyable personality for people to watch you outside of that. But Def did something similar where he was like the first one up to talk about bullshit drama. But then when he started talking more, people stopped liking his content because he's fucking worthless and boring. And like it's just interesting how like you are the better Def Noodles basically if you think about it.
Yeah, although I was doing drama longer than Def Noodles. But
Fair.
When I think about my position in the community and what content I make, mostly what content I make, I would the closest people to me are probably Def Noodles, Omni, maybe Optimus, and
well, I think you have like a very
Scarce.
unique. You have a very unique, like Twitter versus like a very unique thing. I don't think anybody else does that really specifically. Like people do rundowns and shit. I don't know about who some of the other people are. I know who Optimus is, but so you got like a nice hold on that. Very, very niche hold. Something that's a good series.
Yes, no one else has tried to really replicate it in the exact same way. I've had a few videos where people send me them and they're like, "Oh, I made a Twitter versus on, this topic that's in my community." Like there was a RuneScape one that was made or whatever, and there was like a Sonic one that was made. Topics obviously I wouldn't cover normally.
Yeah, those are cringe. Yeah.
Because I can't cover everything on the fucking goddamn earth. I don't even play RuneScape, bro.
Well, yeah. But I was saying RuneScape, Sonic, those are both cringe.
Yeah, except Sonic. That's not cringe.
Well,
okay. Debatable.
Yeah. I mean, I will say one thing. I saw a really good top 10 sexiest Sonic characters, so
Hell yeah.
that wasn't cringe at all.
Nobody seems to want to replicate what I do, which is a shame because I think the format could be lent to more topics than just what I cover. Sometimes I don't even want to cover something, but it's like no one else is going to do a Twitterverse.
I don't want to say
That's
that
the
it's
job,
like an
dude, yeah.
easy thing, but it's like a simple concept. Like, and you execute it really well, but it's a very simple concept. I'm surprised more people don't do it.
Yeah, I gotta go and steal some more of your
Yeah.
content. Actually, I haven't really taken a look in a while. Let's see, Bowblax. See what we got here. Okay, all right. Oh, Christian, I could totally steal that. Okay, boom.
Christian stuff gets a lot of views.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out if Christian actually escaped from court or not.
I don't think they did.
I don't
thought they
think
jumped
so.
through a window. People were telling me that, and I was like, this
No,
didn't
no,
actually
that was-
happen.
that
I
was
think it's like a
4chan
meme that
It was
a
the
meme
green
lie
text.
that everyone's spreading, but it's super funny. I love it.
Okay.
But the thing is
okay.
like I've seen one article talk about it, and the article was like, this 4chan green text started this rumor that Christian escaped from prison, and we haven't found anything that proves that. But they didn't like disprove it either. They're not like, oh, here's records
the
of
conspiracy
being in
theory?
court or whatever. So I'm like, like maybe it is true.
I have a question. What is you messaged me today, asked if you could use a clip or something, which you never have to ask, by the way. Like you can use whatever clip you want from anything that you go in and look at. But like, what is the channel Truly Autistic? Like, what is it that you're doing with the clip? I'm just curious now.
I'm just uploading our discussion because I want more content on there. But with me talking about autism, I find it extremely hard to just do it off the bat. I need like prompting, like I need people to ask me questions or whatever.
Okay.
So it's just more content for them, I guess.
Okay. Is that like what you're looking like? Is that what that is about? Is supposed to be like centralized around like autism?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
What the channel's about. It's just talking about it and my experience with it and what it kind of is. It's like kind of education, but also commentary and opinion. So,
That's a cool idea.
I think it's a lot of people really, really like it. I created it like almost like a year and a half ago, but I just I've ran out of stuff to talk about because like it's such common nature for me. I literally live with it, so it's like how do I explain it? And then sometimes stuff I'm learning myself as I grow, and I don't want to like explain something that is now inaccurate later. Because a lot of people do like take what I say from that channel and apply it to them and people they know. So.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. There's TikToks you can probably look up like autism on like TikTok, and there's some people talk about autism on there. If you want to look at something to bounce off of, it might be like easier to do because it's shorter form and there's shit like that you could probably look at.
I might, but again, I'm mainly focused on what actually makes me money in my job.
Oh
so
yeah, of course.
It's always like just a side thing that I go back to sometimes.
Always about the money, dude. I thought you were a real one, dude. I thought you were a real one.
Actually, with video demonetization, almost every YouTube channel, they will review it and wait for it to be confirmed green before they click upload. I upload immediately and let the fucking review process happen while it's public.
Oh, you shouldn't do that.
I do it because I want it out right away.
I get that. You want to be like the first one out of that, yeah.
Well, not even that. I just don't like having videos that I have finished unreleased.
I just at this point will wait for it to get reviewed for monetization, even if it takes a while, because I got really fucked hard at the end of last year. I was doing really well, like view wise, and then towards Christmas, they were taking weeks to monetize my shit, and I was getting like upset. And I would release some stuff that was like, I felt like it was time sensitive, and then it would do well, but I wouldn't get any money from it because they were focused on people who were, I guess, making blogs and stuff during the Christmas time because they were uploading more content, and I guess there were more people on vacation. So at this point, I say fuck it because I need to make the money. Obviously, this is my job now, so I'll usually just wait and see if it gets monetized. And if I'm a little late to the party, I just don't care anymore. Like, fuck it. Like, I try not to think too much about it.
Yeah. It's actually kind of annoying though, because usually mine get reviewed within like an hour or 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But for the one I uploaded yesterday, or a couple days ago, which got 100K views in the first 24 hours, it took over 24 hours.
That's why you should have waited.
Like,
for me, it takes me. I have to. It takes about a day for my stuff to get reviewed for monetization. So like I'm already right there with you there. So
that's like kind of a sizable chunk of money lost, but ultimately, I just feel better having it upload.
Yeah, whatever
earlier.
works for
I
you.
don't know.
That's your Bowblax brand. For me, I just, I say fuck it. But yeah.
Because it's hard for me to work on the next thing when I know the previous thing is yet to be seen.
I get that, yeah. For me, I just say fuck. It's probably different too, though, because you put work into your videos and I don't, so.
Well, there's a spectrum. Most people would say I'm on the lower end or like medium end of effort in terms of overall what YouTubers do.
Oh, I guess so, yeah. Well, I mean, like, I literally just watch other people's content while I play, like, Final Fantasy VII Remake.
You're definitely on the... Yeah, you're definitely...
I am one of, like, I have to be one of the laziest content creators.
Sure.
But I'm okay with it, personally. Work smart, not hard, you know what I'm saying? Like, it works for me. People like my commentary, so, hey, fuck it, you know what I mean? Like, why?
As long as people watch it, like, who cares, really?
Exactly.
It's just about personal satisfaction, mostly. It's like...
Yeah, I'm happy that like people enjoy. I like to think I do decent commentary. I'm happy that people enjoy my commentary enough, so like I don't have to do like a whole, because I never ever wanted to be a YouTuber. This kind of just fell into my lap. So like I wasn't like, oh, what can I do to be successful? I just kind of happened to get successful on TikTok, and then I was able to roll it over to an extent. So like this is just what I do. If I couldn't do this, I wouldn't transition to like edited content. I would just get a real job in the real world, because I don't think I have what it takes to make actual videos. I just it's not. I don't know if I could like set everything up and do all the research, and I think it would also devastate me if the video fucking didn't do well after putting in like 40 hours of work. I feel horrible for people who put like 40 hours of work into a video and then it just doesn't do well. That's terrible. But if I watch an hour-long video and I do like an hour commentary, I put 2 hours of work into something and it's like, I didn't do well. Oh, well, So
yeah, exactly. That's actually part of the reason. Well, there's a lot of reasons, but that is kind of part of the reason why I don't make videos that take more than 10 hours to make, because if they don't do well, actually, I think I'm past that point now. Never mind.
Yeah, you don't really care anymore about the views. I get that. I feel it's weird. It's how I was on TikTok as well. I have my alt account. I don't care if the video is does horribly. I don't care anymore. But on the main account, there's like a weird pressure where like I'm like, fuck, if this doesn't do well, like I feel like I get like upset. It's weird. I've been getting over it, but it's still something that you think about. When you get like that 10 out of 10, you're like, fuck, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, if my views are like significantly lower on a video that I thought would perform well, I get concerned.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, I don't know the issue here, and there's clearly an issue here, so I need to identify it. Or is it like random? I don't know.
That makes sense. Like I like that's actually makes a lot of sense, because for me, I don't usually have that. It's more of like I'll put a video up that I'm like, this is not going to do well, I think, if I make it main channel, but I want to take a shot at it, and then I'll put it up and it doesn't do well. I'm like, fuck, I knew I should have just put it on the alt channel as like an alt channel video, because it wasn't something that I normally cover. Because I've been covering more and more, I don't want to say serious topics, but I guess the topics are a little more serious than like bullshit drama. I still cover those and put them on the alt channel, but I've been trying to like stick to those, and I've been trying not to get too political. I'm not super interested in politics the way I used to be, but like I'm not. I haven't been doing a lot of political stuff. I'll do social topics if it's like related somehow to fucking like I guess commentary or drama bullshit. But I haven't really done a whole lot of that. I find it a little boring, and then also people don't necessarily like it as much as they used to during the whole Trump era when I used to make content for YouTube.
Yeah, I'm curious about you becoming a content creator, because for majority of content creators, I feel like they kind of set out to be a content creator, but you are one of the few who stumbled upon it. So I want to kind of know how that happened.
Well, the history is I started I think the coronavirus is 2020, right? Time melds into itself, right? Yes, okay. So I want to say in March 2020, maybe the end of February, I created my first account on TikTok, and I did it just because my girlfriend was like, "Oh, you should look at TikTok. You should look at it. I want to send you stuff. Blah blah blah. It's like the new Instagram." So I was like, "Okay, fuck it." So I did. So I started looking through it more and more at work, and then the coronavirus hit. So like my workload changed significantly in the beginning. It was like a lot easier because I would clean buses, and since there was coronavirus, there were not nearly as many going out. So I had all this downtime. So I'm just sitting there on TikTok, bullshitting around, looking at whatever. And then I saw my first ever TikTok was like an actual political TikTok. And it was somebody was advocating. Politics were like really popular during that time. People were home, people were upset, blah, blah, blah. It was somebody advocating for like a 15-hour minimum wage. And I'm like a really big UBI guy. I'm a very big Andrew Yang guy. And so I made a video about UBI, and it got like 500 views on my first video that like I ever made. So from there on, I kind of just started doing commentary on TikTok. But back then, commentary was different. Like people didn't really take videos and like talk over them. They would just like duet it, and they would just put a bunch of words on the screen, and people would just read it. So I blew up to like 25 or 26,000 followers on my main account, and then I felt like I was shadow banned. I probably wasn't. I was probably just making like shitty content. So I remade my account. I made a Papa Gut. And I was like, I don't really want to do any politics. I want to just make funny jokes and just be stupid and goofy. And that's what I did for a lot. And then I got roped into talking about politics because it was just like such a big thing going on. So then like I started just like doing whatever. I'd do jokes when I wanted to, which would be a little edgy. And then I would do like commentary. And I was always been like kind of like a progressive. So it was always like never really conservative commentary. And then that kind of just blew up. Like my first video that hit 1 million was me. I forget the specifics, but it was some girl that I felt like was virtue signaling about BLM, and I just got pissed. And I was like, I just feel, I feel like you're virtue signaling. I don't remember the specifics of it. And that hit like 1 million. People really responded really well to that. And then it was funny because she actually ended up randomly being my now wife's one of her friends from school. It was so weird how that even happened. So we had a conversation about that. I think it's still on my channel. And I kind of just kept making videos. People liked them a lot. And then like as politics became less interesting to the public eye and to myself as well, I started covering like a little more drama shit, like, a little more H3 stuff. H3 used to follow me mutually on TikTok. We used to be mutuals. He offered to send me free stuff. He never did. I think he didn't like me though at one point because I kept dunking on Trisha Paytas. So
okay, yeah, so H3 does this weird thing on his podcast where when he talks about people that he doesn't like that are smaller than him and he's never mentioned on the show, but he knows about them, he'll act like he doesn't know about them.
Yeah.
So when he talked about you on the show, it gave me the impression, I got tricked by it. It gave me the impression that like he just figured out who you were through the Deaf Noodles thing.
Yeah, no, he knows who I am.
Yeah,
we were fucking mutuals.
He did the same thing for me. He did the same thing for me, where he obviously knows who I am. We followed. We had like DM exchanges, whatever. But then he acts like I'm like some crazy new Keemstar hater that just came out of the blue, So.
Yeah, he's. I think it's the Hassan No Cloud game, where he's like he'll talk about it. But Ethan's getting to the point where he's talking more and more about like, I guess it's smaller content creators to him, and I think that's I think he's realizing he's not getting like maintaining like the super views he still gets a lot of views. Like I would be, anybody would be lucky to have those views, but so he seems to be talking more and more to people that aren't as big, or I guess you'd say mainstream relevant. I'm waiting for the day for him to I'm waiting for the day for him to have for him to disagree with a take of mine or to try to shit on me. I'm waiting for the day because I know it's gonna come. Because like Ethan, I really want to like Ethan, but he's so hard to like because he's such a shitty asshole. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I think if he'll ever take a shot at you, it'll be in relation to the Def Noodles thing.
I hope he does.
And you said,
well, I'm over Def Noodle. I'm over Def Noodles, but I'm hoping that he goes, not outside of the Def Noodles thing.
I mean, he might have. He's definitely mentioned you when he talks about the Def Noodles things briefly. And I know you said you don't like looking up Def Noodles drama because, like, when you come on, you're like averse to it.
I don't. Yeah, I don't want to talk about like that specific situation because I'm not happy with how it went down. I don't like a lot of the personal stuff, and I feel like I got very worked up, and it's like embarrassing for me. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? So it was. I guess it's more personal to me. I think a lot of people. It's like drama for them. It's like money and stuff. It was a lot of money, but I'm like I don't really enjoy inserting myself into
or like talking about how you teared up like a million times in a row, right?
About what?
Like, not that you teared up a million times in a row, but talking about that same moment.
Yeah. That's the moment that like it's like it's embarrassing. No. Like I look at that moment and like the way that I felt was very genuine, and like I'm not mad at myself for having that reaction, but I wish that I like controlled myself and didn't like go off into that fucking reaction. You know what I mean? I wish I kept it like composed and I kept my breath held and whatnot. Like I moved through it better, but that night sucked. I've seen people talk about that moment offline, and I stop it the second they talk about when I get like really emotional, because like, I don't know what prompted me to like really recall, like, the specifics. I don't have to go into detail, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what prompted me to like talk about that, but it was it was actually horrible. I got really upset. I got really emotional. I got up. My wife heard me being upset, and like I was fucking like, this is embarrassing. So, but I'll tell you. But I was like fucking bawling to my wife. It was horrible. Like I was so fucking triggered by just talking about. It wasn't what Def did. It was like what the thoughts of like the situation that I was like getting emotional about, like hit me, and then like I just kind of like lost it. It was so fucking weird. So it was like an embarrassing night. It was fucked up, and I hated it. So I'm like embarrassed about that whole situation. It was fucking terrible.
So can I ask? Okay,
you can.
Can I ask? Yeah. So when Dennis made the T-shirts. Like what? Like were you more annoyed or like what were you feeling?
It was like an eye roll at that point. It was like I was like okay, and I'm like okay, what it's about, and like I feel like it's in bad taste for you to make a joke out of that, but I was like whatever. Like I know that it was just trying to get me to have a reaction, so I'm like I'm not gonna have the reaction. I was like okay, like I wasn't trying to like. There was just a series of whatever was going through my head during the night that I got upset, like. That prompted that. Like I wasn't trying to like replicate that. I didn't want to be like forcefully outraged. That shit was fucking embarrassing. It was annoying because then there are people who are like, oh, he's just talking about it for this reason and that reason, like just to like virtue signal or whatever. I'm sorry, I'm not hiccuping. I'm not crying. A little gassy today.
I think you're bawling.
Yeah, I'm bawling again. Yeah, and it puts a lot of stress on my marriage when I talk about that topic. And that's why I tried to talk about it very indirectly when I first like talked about it and got all that. And I had to like, so this is something people don't know about. I might have mentioned it to you before, but when when I had the conversation live with Dennis, I was trying to be very indirect about the T-shirt situation, right? Or me crying situation. And at one point my wife popped into the chat and she just said, say this. And it was like, when I was very descriptive, my wife told me explicitly in my Twitch chat to say that. And that's the only reason why I went like fucking. I went like I want that detailed and descriptive in there. But a lot of people are just like, you're using it for this and that's. Like, no, I don't really enjoy talking about this.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But, hey, it is what it is. But yeah, that's why I'm happy Ethan didn't talk about it after the fact. Especially since it wasn't until like a week or two later that he was like, "Oh, I reviewed it, and I think people are dogpiling Dennis." So, okay, good reaction.
Yeah, well, the issue is that I think Ethan genuinely knows that like Dennis is fucking up in a major way, and he would like publicly like say his opinion, but he thinks it gives power to people like that are criticizing him, mainly being the people who mainly criticized
well, it probably
him
would.
Before like this main criticism that's happened, where like me, Augie, Nicholas Deorio, people like that.
Oh yeah, it would be
critical of him for a while, and he thinks since we, talk with Keemstar, he thinks that we're like Keemstar's lagoons, and it's literally a roundabout. He's defending Dennis because he doesn't want to give Keem power. The
he probably
just
want to give people more content. I think that's part of it. And part of it is that he probably is friends with Dennis to an extent. Maybe he doesn't want to like jump on there and, whatnot. So, whatever. I'm fine with him not talking about it. People were like upset about him not talking about it, but I was okay with it. So,
I mean, he did talk about it like a little bit.
It was briefly. I listened to it. I was like, probably not the best take on it, but I was like, it's not specific, so like whatever it is. I'd rather him have that take than like get into the specifics,
Yeah, for sure.
So, welcome.
Yeah, so you and Ethan need to have a real confrontation on something that's just like a fun disagreement, or just something that's just like
I think I like
you
to
need to argue with him.
I like to think that like I could talk to Ethan about like a more serious thing that I feel he's done wrong, and hopefully he would be open to talk about it and like the criticism from it. It's possible.
Here's an interesting question. If you were to be invited on to the H3 podcast for an episode to confront Ethan, but you only could confront him on one thing, one like major topic and everything associated with that.
Yeah.
What would you confront him on?
It would
all the things he's done.
It would be like the allegations against Fresh and Fit, 100%.
Oh, okay.
That would be like the number one thing. Number two would be the situation with Gideon, and whatnot. But the Fresh and Fit thing, because I think that was like a horrible. I don't know if Ethan did it to try to deplatform Fit or Fresh, whatever, Myron, whatever. But he certainly either he was being like malicious, or he's so uneducated on sexual assault culture, or both. That it was just so bad. It was not good. It was like probably the worst. It was the worst take.
I think out of anyone who could debate him and on any topic, I think you and with him on that topic would be the most effective in convincing Ethan's audience that something's up.
Something's up with Ethan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't go into it to try to dunk on Ethan. I would go into it to try to have the right conversation about it, and like
exactly, and that's why it would work.
Oh, you think Ethan would like expose himself? Like, is that what you're saying?
No, it'd be like the Deaf Noodles debate.
Oh, maybe.
Right? Well, not like that. As in, like, obviously Dennis and Ethan are very different people, but I mean the result will be like a lot of Ethan's fans will get your point and not get Ethan's, and then kind of like
I would be able
to him, but not like a lot.
I would be able to get more. So in that interaction, more people from his audience would agree with me than like my audience would agree with him. Like I would get through to more people. Yeah, 100%, absolutely.
100%.
That would absolutely happen.
I think,
but he won't
would be the best person to make that happen, because obviously there's other candidates that would be good with confronting Ethan. If Ethan like couldn't kick them off and would have them on, like Nick would be a good one because he looked into all this stuff. Me as well, because I've also documented this a lot. But I think the most effective person to have that conversation would probably be you.
Well, I appreciate that. Well, let's hope. Maybe. Yeah. I feel like hopefully, if I can keep up some good traction, and at the same time Ethan's traction goes down because I feel like he's hurting his own credibility with like a lot of the way that he's been operating every day, that we would get to the point where we would have a conversation about something, and like hopefully it would be productive. And I would like to, hopefully, I would like to talk to him to get to the bottom of like his interpretation of things. I feel like he has such like a really like I don't know. I want to say it's like dishonest, but I also don't, because like did you watch him and Gideon talk?
No, or a little bit. I saw like a little clip.
It feels like Ethan is very condescending and comes into his perspective like not really open to change or anything. It's weird. It comes off as like shitty. I don't know if it's intentional because he doesn't respect other people, or if it's like unintentional. Maybe for whatever reason,
Yeah, I don't know.
So, I don't know. Maybe we'll be best
I would
friends.
love to see that. Imagine how many Keemstar DMs you would get before and after.
Listen,
that.
I would rather be friends with Ethan than Keemstar. When it comes to content, I don't let those friendships turn into a bias. But I would rather be just let's think about it from my perspective. This isn't even like a knock, but like Keemstar, he's like he's a little bit of like a bro. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm not like I'm not a bro. I feel like Ethan and me are probably on a similar pace where like we're the kind of guys who could like hang out, go out to eat, and then just not hang out. You know what I mean? And like it wouldn't be a weird conversation sometimes. And Keemstar's a little bit like an old man rambling sometimes, so that's. And I know that I am too, but it's just fucking weird.
And Ethan is, but
it's just different.
It's just purely personality types, right? Like Keemstar is kind of that like.
He's just a little more of a bro. Listen. I don't think Keemstar is a bad guy. I don't think he's a bad guy. I just don't know.
Well, I was gonna use personality type A and B, but I feel like that's such a stupid, like archaic term or whatever.
Yeah, I don't even know if that refers to.
Or assertive or passive or whatever, beta or alpha. If you want to go by internet terms.
I'm beta. But it's just we probably Keemstar is good in small doses, I think, but we probably our identities might clash a little too much. Where Ethan and I probably have more things in common, on like a personal level outside of the whole internet. So that's how I try not to develop too many biases against these people. But I'm sure Keemstar's he's a nice guy. He's just a little different,
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like all the reasons I wouldn't want to be like close IRL friends with Keem. And all of and I'm like, yeah, these are all the reasons I wouldn't. But then I'm thinking about Ethan, and I'm like, wait, Ethan has all those same qualities.
Do you think so? Like in what way?
Like I wouldn't like Keem. He seems he's very confrontational. He seems like he wants to argue all the time.
You think Ethan's confrontational?
If you confront him, I imagine he gets really
outside of like a confrontation. Like I can see Keemstar as like a more I don't want to say aggressive. I say I guess an assertive personality who like he's probably more open to talking about confrontation. Whereas like Ethan seems like a little more normal when it comes down to it. It's you know what it is? I think Ethan could put the job aside in a conversation. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah. Maybe there's a whole bunch of things. They are very similar in a lot of ways, but I probably, it's like a dad energy from Ethan versus like frat boy energy from Keemstar,
Yeah, I get that. But also I'm the type of person that gets along with like so many different personality types. So like realistically, if I knew these guys like IRL and I met them through the context of like being childhood friends or something like that, I could probably easily be friends with both of them or either.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the goal. I mean, that's not the goal, but like I don't want to be enemies with people on the internet. Like I'm not trying to talk shit about people so that I can like hate farm, but
it's impossible. There's always gonna be someone who hates you, bro.
Yeah, well, no, my thing is just like I just don't want to pull punches just because I want a content creator to like me, because then I feel like my brand is to try to be as unbiased as possible. So if I'm like, well, I like Ethan, so I'm gonna talk shit more about Keemstar now, like what I mean? That's like childish to me. Like I can't do that. I'm not trying to pull punches on people, So
yeah.
Yep. Where'd this other person go? They're just muted right now.
They're gone, dude.
I guess.
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I'm just I learned how to use Blender today.
Wow, Blender's tough. Have you used Maya before?
No, so the reason I'm doing it, I cosplay, and I'm learning how to turn Blender, images, renders, whatever, into a Peppercura file so I can print it out. So if I wanted to make like armor for a character, I would just make it in Blender essentially and then turn it into a file that I could print out and then assemble all the pieces together. It's pretty complicated, but I'm learning how to do it. And of course, the object I decided to render is extremely complicated.
Oh yeah. It's funny because I went to school for game and web design, so like I learned like Maya and like After Effects and stuff, and I actually be pretty good at making 3D models.
Yeah, it's hard. I have a lot of respect for people that do this because this shit's a fucking challenge.
It's very tedious. But
It
Blender is
is.
hard. Blender is so much harder than Maya. It's so much
The reason
harder.
I'm using Blender is because I can import like the 3D model that I need. So it's like helpful to get good like angles and stuff for exactly what I need to do. So like I'm doing an Overwatch character, for example, there's a plugin or an add-on that I can import the model directly from the game. So that's like super helpful.
What do you do? Oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, Blender's a little more open to manipulation. But it's fucking weird. I don't know how people do it. I tried to teach myself and I gave up like almost instantly.
Yeah, I'm just learning everything from like a YouTube tutorial, and like this is something that people take like year-long courses for.
Oh
So
yeah. No,
yeah.
absolutely. That's what I did on the other thing. And like you have a teacher teaching you how to use like a specific program. It's
Yeah,
so
but I
much
just
easier.
I did a cosplay recently, and I went to a convention. I won second place in the cosplay contest, and I got a lot of really good advice from some of the older cosplayers there for like what I could fix up, and it just got me like really pumped up to like do more stuff. And I know there's like conventions coming up, locally in like December, so I'm like trying to learn all this stuff and see if I can like apply it all in time.
What's
Nice.
I'm just on
cool?
a crunch.
That's definitely cool.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm trying to find my old stuff so that people will believe me when I say that I used to do 3D modeling.
It's fucking hard, man.
I don't know
Like,
if I
I'm using
have
a
any.
reference right now, like, I don't know how you could do this without a reference. Shit boggles my mind.
Oh yeah, but the reference. That's why you like just upload like the like. What do you just upload like the flat images in there and you do like reference for like dimensions and shit?
Yeah, I'm doing, like, a bit of both. I keep going between, like, the flat images and the 3D models so I can, like, really get a look at, like, the intricacies of it. It's oh, man.
Nah, it makes
But
sense.
but then I feel like I'm doing it, like, too intricate and, like, maybe I need to simplify it, but I just don't know how to oh, man, it's a mess.
I can imagine. Bro, I don't know what any of my shit is. All my old stuff is gone. Fuck. I wonder if it got like timed out from being in here for too long. Damn.
A file getting timed out for
I
being
don't
in a
know. It's been here
folder
for like
too
10
long?
years. I'm looking through my old Google Drive now. And I used to have stuff in here. I don't know where the fuck it went. I'm actually upset about it.
Damn.
It's fucked up, bro.
So fucked.
Damn. I got nay, dude.
Got completely owned.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Fucking for sure. What is this from? What the fuck? It's all my wife's stuff that was shared with me. I don't have anything in here anymore. What the fuck? Damn. I have World of Warcraft add-ons in here.
Oh my
That's
god.
fucking crazy. Wait, how the fuck is there 3 gigs of shit in here? It says there's 3 gigs, but there's no files using... What? There's no files using storage.
You know what's really helpful for that?
What's that?
I used to work tech support for a while, so I used to use these for people that didn't have like hard drive space.
Mhm.
Look up tree size.
Like,
It's
just
a
Google it?
like yeah, really small program. Let me just double check that it's not going to give you some like
Hear me
spam shit,
fucking...
but I think it's called tree size, and
Okay.
it'll like literally break down every single folder in your computer until by Jam software.
Okay. Well,
And
this
it'll
is...
tell you exactly where all of the storage is, what's taking up space, etc. It's pretty helpful.
Okay. Well, this is my Google Drive. I'd have to, like, I guess, download the drive. For whatever reason, it says that it's taking up 3 gigs of fucking space, but it's not showing me
Mm.
anything in my drive, which is fucking...
Yeah, this wouldn't help with that. Sorry, I thought you meant it was like your hard drive.
It's okay. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate for me. Damn. Damn. It's fucked up. They cucked me. I have old pictures of me. Holy fuck, I look like an idiot. Jesus.
Damn.
Damn, from when I was like 20 years old. Holy shit. Holy fuck. Bro, these these pictures are crazy. Wait.
What was it when you couldn't grow a beard or some shit?
No, I've always been able to grow a beard for like since I was like a kid. Bro. I have it on my stream. Holy fuck, dude. This is so cringe. Wow.
Man,
Jesus Christ.
who
This is
takes
all.
pictures like that?
Bro, stop.
Oh my god.
Stop. This was 10 years ago. Oh
You know
my
what?
God.
Dennis's
Hey!
comment about your looks wasn't wrong.
Yeah, you're right about that, bro. Listen, this is why you don't
Holy
fucking.
shit.
This is why you don't do this kind of shit, you know?
Oh my god.
How fucking cringe is that
You look
picture?
like a fatter version of that guy from Subway who was a PETA.
Jared.
Jared?
Yeah, dude.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude.
Oh my, dude, these are so
Looks
bad.
like Jared if he plays
Bro,
Warcraft and eats a
listen,
lot.
listen. Oh my God, these are
I did the
horrible.
Super Size Me diet instead of the Subway diet.
Yeah.
These are so
If he was a
cringe.
spokesperson for McDonald's instead.
Bro, I look like Bowblax in these
Bro.
pictures. I'm just.
Yeah, yikes. Who would want to look like that?
I'll show one more. This one is really bad. Bro,
Yeah,
this
see
I don't
the
even want to
Jared
show it.
resemblance.
These are so bad. Oh my God, this is so fucking cringe. Let me see. Where the
This is
fuck?
what you gotta do. If you want to be a real streamer, you set a
Oh.
donation goal for it.
Oh yeah, I could do that, but I'm not gonna fucking do that. It's so bad that like I want to show. Is this it? Oh, I'm turning it off. It's already gone. It's deleted. I can't ever watch that again.
Oh my god, wait, what's that in your mouth, bro?
Dude, I used to have a tongue ring, dude. I was so quirky.
Oh, me too. I had to take mine out
no.
because I kept grinding my teeth on it in my sleep.
I fucking took mine out after 3 weeks of cleaning it. And I dropped it down the sink, and I was like, okay.
Oh no, it closes so quickly too. Like I got mine done twice. The first time I got it done, I was in high school and I had a cheerleading competition. I had to take it out for, and it was out for like 30 minutes, and it wouldn't go back in. And then I got it done again,
That's fucked.
and yeah, I kept grinding it in my sleep, like against my teeth. So my husband was like, "Yeah, you should probably take it out." I was like, "Good
Yeah.
idea."
That's a good fucking idea. Those things will fuck you up. They're like, I think they like grind out like your gums and like the top of your
Yeah,
mouth.
yeah.
Right? It's bad. Wow. Well, there's an old penis picture of mine. I don't think I'll be.
Yeah, let's not show that.
I don't think I'll be showing that on stream.
You have like decade-old penis pics in your fucking computer?
Yeah, dude. Who doesn't?
Me. I would say I
Who
don't.
doesn't
Well, if I
have-
had decade-old pictures of myself on my computer, that'd
You
be
could probably get
illegal.
in trouble.
That'd be weird, bro.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be really bizarre. Whoa, these are very inappropriate pictures. I could see why. I could see why girls wouldn't want to fuck with me when I was younger. Wow.
They used to.
It's time for the
Not
OnlyFans.
anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely time for that. I used to have
Yeah,
one. It was like a joke. Like I didn't do any like porn on it or anything.
Yeah, I made an OnlyFans, and I literally posted pictures of fans on it.
Oh, nice.
Like
I did-
bought some like Asian fans, like the hand fans, and I would post pictures on Twitter and be like, "Join my OnlyFans for the uncensored version." And I literally went and Photoshop and pixelated the fan.
Yeah, for me, I did like a thing where what did I do? I used to paint my gut like with pictures and like post it on there. That was the whole point of that.
You need to take advantage of the body painting category on Twitch.
Oh, for
I
sure,
should.
Papa
I
God.
should.
You
Your whole
should.
chat's
I don't think if I
100%.
don't think if I have enough. I don't know if I have
Especially
enough
because
passion. for
men
that.
can be topless, so it's even
Oh
better.
shit! I should take my shirt off right now and do my content topless then.
Only if you're painting.
Well, men can be topless whenever. Women
What if
can
you're
only be
doing a
topless
body
when they're
painting
painting.
stream, but the only paint in the store is brown?
Oh no.
True. Oh, sure.
Do
True.
you
Yeah.
cancel, or do you go ahead and do it?
Well, you know, you got to make the content. I'll just pretend to be like Kobe or something.
Would,
you know?
would Twitch ban it, or would they call it art?
They'd probably ban it.
Yeah.
Definitely ban that.
I don't think you can
It
have
was
like
the
a
only
nuanced-
color. It was the only color.
Yeah, Twitter tried to cancel a girl because she put on too much bronzer.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Fuck her though. She's probably do
No,
you know
she
who else
was
likes to-
who was she? She was like a YouTuber, TikToker, Viner kind of
These are
person. I
such
don't
bad
remember who
pictures.
it was. Emma Chamberlain? No. I don't remember who it was.
What kind of people do you have in chat, Papa? Got no peens for us? They wanted to see your penis?
Dude, here's a picture. Oh, I used to have hair. Oh, I was so weird looking.
Dude,
Um,
your fans want to see you naked. They want the OnlyFans right now.
Well, a lot of people do want to see my penis. It's out there for people to see if they want to see it, if they look hard
Listen,
enough.
Nikocado Avocado
Get on the
makes a
hunt,
shit ton of
boys!
money on OnlyFans, okay? Some
Yeah.
people like them thick.
I watched it. Well, here's the thing: is like back in the day, I like I was when I was in an open relationship, I was like fucking around with this girl on TikTok. She had like a following, and she like, talked to me, and like we ended up flirting or whatever, and we ended up doing our thing. And at one point she decided that like it was weird. Like she was being weird. I told her that we were just kind of fucking around or whatever, and we didn't have to do anything. We could just be friends. But she like insisted, and then we like kind of like whatever. We fooled around or whatever. I sent her pics. She sent me pics. Whatever. It was a weird interaction. But then after she got like super clingy, so I kind of like backed off for a little bit, and then she started posting on TikTok about how she's talking to somebody in their DMs, and it's like, oh, maybe it's Papa Gut. I was like, okay, this is going a little too far, so I started like ignoring her basically, and then she reached out to me, and she's like, what the fuck? Why haven't you been talking to me? This and the other thing, and I told her that this it was good advice. I said I asked her if she had Amazon Prime. And then I told her when she said yes, so that she can give me a free Prime sub. And then she got really angry because I was just fucking with her, and she blocked me. And then she's like, "I'm going to expose this guy." So she's like taking everything out of context. She's trying to tell everybody that I was like a piece of shit. So I was like, just release all the messages then. So she did. She released everything we said, and everybody was like, "Yeah, Papa Godot didn't do anything wrong. He's just a little bit of a fuckboy." But she sent it without censoring it. So like my dick was there and her tits were in it.
Oh.
So that was embarrassing because she was very unattractive. But that's life,
Damn.
Yeah. Sometimes you take the L, bro.
Or the D in this case.
Yeah, well, she was she was crazy. She was like Deaf Noodles kind of like. She was talking to her therapist about stuff. It was weird, man. Like I have no problem with therapy. I'm just saying some people are fucking.
Yeah. Therapy over twitch.tv/Papa_gut2032.
Yeah, 2032, baby. Yeah, people used to say that's when I was gonna be president, so I made that the meme.
You gotta at least run for some sort of office just to see if it would happen. You wouldn't get any votes, but just to see, dude.
I'm never gonna run in my life, bro. What the hell are you talking about? I'm very anti-running, as you can tell.
Wow, you can bridge the gap between like Keemstar, fucking talk to Ethan, all these people,
Bro,
expose the truth with Deaf Noodles, but you can't even like run the country. Like what?
True. Yo, there's so many fucking dick pics in this. It's fucking weird.
Damn.
I know. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's a lot of pee-pee pictures.
Well, since the first one's already out and chat's asking, like...
No, what's weird is that this picture of my pee-pee, it's smaller than my current one, so I wouldn't want to show people that,
Yeah, you don't want to,
I don't want to put out misinformation about my size.
Misinformation, yeah.
Yeah. Don't want to do that. That would be fucking wrong.
So wrong.
I'm just looking at all these old pictures. So weird. It's like a blast from the past,
Yeah.
A bad blast from the past.
Yeah, for most people.
Dude, I'm so happy I'm so happy that I didn't like I didn't blow up when I was younger or anything.
Same. I mean, I could have because I started YouTube when I was 14. So I mean, I could have, but I didn't blow up until I was
a little older.
2019, I would have been 21. Yeah.
Wow. I'm really happy
22.
that I was such a little fucking cringe lord. Holy shit.
So I got the best of both worlds. So I like got to like practice being a YouTuber as a kid, but now I can like be better as an adult YouTuber, being having notoriety.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Dude, there's so many weird pictures in here. It's fucking weird. All right, here's a picture of me in my original uniform. This is actually, I think, a decent picture of me. So I'll open it and I'll show people this one. Not a bad picture of me here. Not a bad picture.
That's the not bad one?
Bro, you saw the other ones, okay?
Oh, God. That was the one he decided. Okay, never mind. I don't want to see the
Wow,
no,
this guy's, you're hurting my feelings, bro. You're hurting my feelings from when I was 10 years younger.
Yeah.
Okay, it's fucked up, bro.
If I said that to your face in real life 10 years ago, would you have cried?
Maybe. I mean, you'd be like a baby, so.
Oh. Oh yeah. Wait, I would have been like what, like 15?
I guess so. I don't know. It was that old you'd be 15.
Yeah. I'm 25 now.
Oh shit. Wow, old boy.
Yeah. I guess.
Old man.
Decrepit.
I'm dying now.
True.
Almost as old as me.
This was me trying to fucking find my old images, and it's turned into me just like scrolling through here looking at cringe pictures. Jesus.
Oh yeah.
Wow, how old are you?
I'm 26.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm 32, so he's actually 12 years ago.
So much older, dude. So much older than me.
Yeah, well, actor age.
Wait, 32?
Yeah.
You're 7 years older than me. Wow, so much older, so
That's
much wiser.
true.
Those 7 years
true.
you definitely didn't use for shoving more food down your gullet instead of fucking knowledge into your brain, dude.
Bro, what's got into you, dude? What's going on here?
You're fucking savage.
What's got into you? Whoa, there's some boob pictures from
What could you learn in 7 years that I don't already know?
Well, you know,
master.
Well,
what wisdom could you have over me?
I don't know, man. I don't even know. None. You've won. You've won. The battle.
You don't fight back. This is why. Yeah, you're definitely not like Keemstar.
Right, well, there's nothing to fight back on. What am I gonna say? Like, oh, I'm so much smarter than you. Like, I don't give a fuck. I guess I'm a little older.
But it's funny for the stream if you give a fuck.
That's true. That's true. I guess that's why nobody likes me on the stream.
I'm thinking. Yeah, you on stream, you just think like a normal person. I think like fucking content brain, dude. Like,
yeah.
I think I'd talk like this in real life. Well, probably, but just less frequently. I'd probably like be a little less chatterboxy, but that's about it.
Hey, listen, you gotta have content brain, bro. That's how they make the money.
Man.
Oh my god, more fucking dick pics. Jesus Christ, I'm just looking for.
And I probably wouldn't ask questions about Jeff Noodles and YouTube drama.
Defamation noodle.
That's not really something I talk about in my with anyone outside the internet.
Yeah, it's weird, right? Like people will ask me what I do, and I'm like, oh, I just, I'm like, a lot of times I'll tell people that I'm just like I work online.
I just tell people I'm a housewife.
It's nobody knows shit about anything that I talk about. Because like even if I talk, even the big names like Keemstar, Trisha Paytas, nobody knows who these fucking people are in the real world.
And even if they know who they are, they won't like know about the situation you're talking about.
Exactly.
Sometimes I'll talk to someone who knows like, you know, the name H3 podcast or the name like Trisha Paytas or whatever, but they still don't know like anything about it. It's like I know names of a bunch of creators that I know like jack shit about. So.
Oh, exactly. So it's like weird and cringe. So
yeah, it's just not common that you find someone who also already knows about it, and it's not like you're gonna like educate all your like close friends and family about every little YouTube drama.
Exactly.
By the way, you know, Mom, have you heard about Deaf Noodles? Like, what?
Mommy, Deaf Noodles made fun of me. That's what I say.
Well, there's this guy online. His name's Deaf Noodles, and he's really cringe, Mom. I mean, really.
Mom, watch this video. Watch this video. Okay.
Yeah, watch this video and you'll understand.
It's only like 2 hours long. Watch this video.
Yeah. Watch this Destiny debate real quick, and then watch this before I come over and be ready in an hour. Right?
Yeah, talk about it.
That's me, but to my husband because he doesn't pay attention to anything either.
Well, that's different. That's your husband. You can force him to do like get interested in stuff that he doesn't find interesting. You know. What I do with my wife.
Can't force him to do shit. He'll be like, I'll be like, listen, okay, so there's this drama, right? There's this guy Deaf Noodles, and then I have to go back like 3 years, right? Like the whole Deaf Noodles lore. And by the time I finally get back to the beginning to like say where it starts, he's like, I already don't care. I'm over it.
Oh my god, that's funny.
I get that. What is this? Add to my drive. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, no, I mean that's kind of how I am with my wife, but like my wife is a little more engaged in my content and stuff because like. I don't know, like my wife used to help me make my content. Like when I was doing TikTok, she would help me make my jokes and stuff. She's like she's a real one, you know?
Yeah, he doesn't even like walking into my stream room. He doesn't really use Twitter either. The only thing he uses Twitter for is like he follows like some like politics stuff sort of, and then like me, but he doesn't really follow anybody. He doesn't pay attention to any of it. He doesn't care. I'm like, it must be nice to just not give a shit. It sounds so freeing, you know?
Well, when I'm offline, I kind of don't care about it at all. Like sometimes I kind of have to bring myself to care about some of the stuff. I've been keep in mind I've been covering it for way longer.
Well, yeah, it's the best way to do
yeah.
it too, because like it'll eat your ass.
Yeah, not that I don't like care about it, but like all my brainstorming and thinking about it, that's like when I'm alone at home, like, you know,
Jerking off,
kind of
yeah.
doing work and in work mode or whatever. Like when I'm hanging out with other people, I'm not like that's the last thing on my mind. I like forget shit exists until like I get back home.
Makes sense. Smart. I try not to look too much at like online when I'm not online. I'll scroll through stuff, but I don't want to become terminal.
Yeah, it's just weird because like, I guess I've been a content creator for 11 years, so it's never been like this for me. But
Look at this guy flexing on us for how long he's been a content creator.
Like,
oh, I've been a content creator for 11 years. Okay, bro.
But like,
we get it.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm so much wiser than you.
Oh,
so
there it is.
Than you in internet years.
True.
But fuck.
You learn to like deal with it better, yeah.
Or no.
Here's a picture of me eating.
Typically, people with social media, how they use it
I like that
is
one,
that you know, if you're not a content creator, you're just like looking at social media, you know, a couple minutes multiple times throughout the day, right? Or something like that. But for me, it's always been like I'm doing all of my social media stuff and work stuff now, and then I don't do that at all when I'm out. So like I don't glance at Twitter when I'm out. I don't do like any of that just because I don't want to, because I've always done it in a way where like I do all my social media in one chunk and then I'm doing other stuff. I don't like put it interchangeably, but I guess normal people just, you know, have always done it like interchangeably, but so it's like hard to break the habit of looking at your phone and social media when that's what you did before you became a creator, right?
Yeah. You know, I met Big Pun.
I don't know who Big Pun is, but congrats, bro.
Look at the screen, dude. I met Big Pun.
I don't get it, bro.
It's Biggie Smalls, bro. Come on. Are you not? How do you know how fucking Biggie Smalls is, dude? Jesus Christ. This guy, not educated. Not educated, bro. What the fuck? Wax. Yeah, I went to the wax.
Yeah, I recognized Papa Gun in that photo before Biggie Smalls.
Damn, I guess I'm becoming. I look like such a fucking idiot. Now you guys know why I have a long beard. Because I have like walrus fucking face. If I don't.
Oh yeah, holy shit, bro. Yeah, you definitely play World of Warcraft.
Whoa! Do you guys know who Jason Genova is?
No.
What? He's the GOAT. We are all witness. It's good. You should look him up. He's actually, you should look him up. He is a autistic YouTuber who thinks he's a bodybuilder. And people relentlessly bully him online. Oh shit, I got some from the Misk era. Wow, this is some good shit. You Myron, bro? It's a blast from the past.
You kind of look a little bit like Harley from Epic Mealtime there.
With that one, you think so?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Or maybe I'm just like really high and you still look like a WoW player. Dude,
wow.
How much D&D have you played in your life? Hours?
I've never played D&D before in my life. Isn't that crazy?
Oh my god. That's so awesome. You're not like the others, dude. You're not like one of them. You're one of the good ones, you know?
Yep.
You're definitely one of the good ones.
Absolutely. That's what I tell my friends all the time. My non-white friends. You're one of the good ones.
Whoa.
You know? Racist, right?
I don't relate in the slightest.
Yeah. Okay.
My sister plays D&D. She's been with this group of friends since like middle school, and they used to meet up locally, and then they all graduated and like moved to different cities for college, and they just do it over Discord now. They've been like doing the same. They were on this one campaign for like 2 or 3 years. It was
That's
nuts.
fucking insane. I could never.
Yeah.
I could never do that. I'll fucking shit myself. It must
They
be
do it
fun
like
though.
once or twice a
So is
week.
it like
Yeah.
writing a storybook or something?
I'm not like super into it. Like she'll tell me some of the stories and stuff. What it seems like is there's, you can like make your own campaign or you can use like a template for a campaign and like the DM can sort of decide like where not where you go, but like what happens when you get there essentially, like who you come across and they kind of play like the NPCs essentially of the game, who you interact with.
Okay.
Yeah, just the kind of world around you, everything that isn't a player.
It's like playing a video game, but like IRL, and you have to imagine it.
That's interesting.
I guess, but also, is it like written down or something? Because like, how does everyone
Sometimes.
like? Yeah, because if it's going on for like 3 years, how does everybody know the history?
Well, it's the same people, so they've all been doing it together. But yeah, I mean, like you keep track of stuff, and like your characters will die, and sometimes you make a new character, and then like yeah, there's a story essentially. Like I said, I've never done it myself, but from what she's explained to me, it's essentially like a template, right? So it's like a build your own adventure or whatever, kind of like those storybooks, right? So you have like this this way that you can go this way. There's like a actual world and map like created, and the DM will sort of like follow that, so if they're like, oh, we're going to go to this town, and the DM will probably just they have probably something written down for what's going to go on at that town, and maybe some more like experienced DMs will make their own campaigns and sort of just kind of make it up as they go, which I think would be a little more challenging. But
Dude,
my technique is terrible on this video.
I was so distracted by the Papa Gut fucking weight lifting. I'm like,
this is when I first started lifting. It was very bad technique. If you see, I hitch it at the top. Not too great, bro. I think that's 405 for a double though. Strong Papa Gut. You know what I'm saying?
damn.
Yeah, dude. I know.
Papa Gut's stronger than me, even though he'd be looking obese as hell. What the fuck?
Dude, come on, bro. Come on. Why I gotta do?
Would you rather be obese looking and strong, or fit looking and weak?
I mean, I've been fat for. Oh, here's a squat. I've been fat for like my whole life, so I think I'm like just used to it now. This was when I really first started lifting. I think this is like 315, but it's like it's not good. Like way too wide in my stance and everything. It's not that bad though, I think. Yeah, too wide.
Lightweight.
Wow. The old fucking days, dude. The old days, dude.
Oh yeah, man.
Back when I was a young feller.
Yeah, I could never do that shit. My bones would break instantly.
You could do it.
Nah, man.
You could do it, bro. Let me see. I have another video. I don't know if it's like fucking. I don't know if it's porn or if it's like my. I don't know if it's porn or if it's like.
Show it on Twitch, and if you don't get banned, it's not porn.
Oh man. Oh, okay. This is. I think it's like a 5. I think it's a 495 deadlift. Like the first time I've ever pulled 495. It's crazy. Oh, is it or is it 405? I don't know. It's 405. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's my first 405 pull. A little hitch at the top, but hey, fuck it. The good old days.
Good old days. Back before you didn't have to deal with the social media bullshit, bro.
Yup.
Do you want streaming to be like your career forever? Do you love it that much, or is it something you think you'll eventually just move on from?
I guess I didn't think about it. I enjoy streaming. It's not bad. I enjoy doing commentary. I'm right now. I'm like enjoying it. I'm doing well. I'm doing like I feel. I know I could be more successful. I feel very successful. I do well like financially. So I'm kind of just like feeling it out. And maybe maybe it'll transition at some point. Like I've been looking to think about doing like a podcast, like a more serious. But I'm really waiting to see if I to find somebody that I do have really good chemistry with before I dive into something that like is potentially permanent, or I'd like it to be permanent. But right now I'm just chilling. I try not to think too far ahead. I know it sounds weird, but because I know that
I don't do that either. I don't look too far ahead.
I know when I get older. Like I've only been doing this for like 2 years, but like I've been trying to get more, like do a little bit more serious content than like some bullshit. You know, I don't want to be like a 40-year-old talking about fucking James Charles, you know, shit in his pants. Like unironically, you know, like as I get older, I like to talk about things I feel are a little more important. So I guess that's the transition I've been doing a little bit. But it's another.
No, I'm gonna be the 40-year-old talking about James Charles shitting his pants.
Do you, brother? I mean, there's nothing. You know, do your thing. Okay, let's see what this is.
Oh yeah, man.
Let's see if this is porn. Oh no, it's not porn. What the fuck is this? Me.
What? It's not porn? Aww.
I know. It's just me doing like it's me deadlift. A lot of deadlifting videos here. Wow, what is that? Is that 495? I don't know what that is. Wow. Is there a hitch in this one? Oh, it's clean. It's a clean rep. The first clean rep we've seen.
Damn.
Wow. How long ago was that? That was from 2014, dude. Holy fuck. Wow. That's when I started balding. When I started working out.
Damn.
Don't work out, you'll bald. Your testosterone goes through the roof.
I'm never working out.
Elliot Hulse. I have an Elliot Hulse email in here. How fucking crazy is that? Still in 2014, dude. This is crazy. Crazy. Why don't you want to work out, dude? You're supposed to be a high value male. Make that money and then work out.
I don't want to bald.
I don't think you'd actually bald.
I don't think I'll ever bald. I'll probably die with a head of hair.
Bro, good for you, man. I won't. I'm just gonna die.
Yeah.
Oh man.
No hair to donate.
True. I actually used to have very long hair, but I can't find a picture of that because that was a long time ago. Bro, I'm looking through these and like some of these emails. There's like pictures of girls that have sent me like pictures and shit. And this one girl.
Yeah, when you use emails instead of like DMs.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Oh my god, bro.
This one girl's horrible looking. Oh my god. Bro, I used to fuck with some real fucking Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well.
Jesus. I feel terrible for myself back in the
WoW's
past.
the only place you can meet him.
Oh my god.
They tend to...
I would use like Plenty of Fish and stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, Cupid.
Yeah, the classics, dude.
Yup. The best. The hell is this? Oh. Damn. What a blast. What a fun blast from the past.
Hell yeah.
What the fuck is this? Ew.
Alright. It's late, so I'm gonna go to bed, but it was great being on the stream and talking with you.
You gotta wake up for your job as a...
Yeah, dude. Crack of dawn in the morning. Don't even know what the topic of my next video is. Yeah.
Automobile salesman or something?
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Nah, dude. All I do is read tweets for a living. It's fucking stupid as hell. Anyways, bye.
Alright, take care, brother.
Yeah, I should probably head off too. It's
Yeah,
like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I should. Yeah, I'm gonna bang out too. So it was nice meeting you.
Yes, you as well. Good night.
Take care. Take care. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And another special shout out to all my Patreon and Twitch subs. If you'd like to support this channel further than you already have by just watching the video alone, go down to the links below where you can sub on my Patreon, which will allow you to get your name on this beautiful black wall. Or you can go to the Twitch page and you can actually use a free Amazon Prime sub, if you have Amazon Prime, to subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. Take care.